It do be your boy, Mochi Kuma. Almost, almost reverted back to my old name there for a second. But what's going on? Oh, and yes, I am alive. I think, at least. Hold on, let me check my pulse. Let me check my pulse. Hold on. Yeah, I'm alive. Uh, sorry for the long break that I took. Just kind of was burnt out a bit, to be honest, and I don't know. Just I guess it was just burnout, you know. I'm not alive, lol. Then how are you typing? Question mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, sad emoji, crying emoji, smirk emote. I love talking in text. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. I have somewhat of an idea of where we left off.
なんて噂が立ってるせいか。 冷たい人だなんて噂が立てられてるなんてご存知で
I got the ghost phone 13. Hey Golden, how are you? And yes, I am back. I am, in fact, not dead. Hide your friends. What? Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually. I was about to say, there's nothing. Listen, I am a humble bear. Yeah. My brain is fried right now, dear Lord.
町内会の会合、最初の1回以外は出てないでしょう。
What? Oh, I forgot you can't read the past text log. Oh no. What were we talking about?
そういうのっていけないんですよね。こういう土地ではご近所付き合いをないがしろになんかできませんよ。
Who? God dang it. I'm just gonna have to watch the past VOD after stream. I'm running off of 5 hours of sleep and an energy drink. Man. A sense of eeriness slithered up my spine. That was my first experience of true terror. I couldn't believe it felt this terrible. Someone you just met to know everything about you already. Higurashi clamped onto my shoulders and brought his eyes close to peer into mine.
こういう土地ではね、敵は作らない方が絶対にいいですよ。
You know, I don't think it matters. If you're like friends with everyone, or if you isolate yourself and tell everyone to F off, you're still just gonna die or have something horrible happen to you. There's no good ending to living in this place.
Let's get it.
Hi, Memi. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing alright today. I didn't even know it was an energy, so I drank one last night, then I wondered why I stayed up till 7 a.m. Oh, soldier. Sleep is important, and energy drinks are bad for you.
さもないと。
Ow! Oishi dug into my shoulders with inhuman strength. Cat! Oishi, my man, what are you doing?
思わぬところで不利益を受けるかもしれません。
When does my sub auto-renew? You have it on auto-renew? Golden. You don't have to do that. I don't know, by the way. But the energy drink tastes like whipped cream. Way better than... What kind of energy drink are you drinking? Whipped cream, what?
因果応報という言葉もありますよ。
I'm on auto-renew too. Man, y'all... Yes, I have yours, Memi's, Ivory's, Diaries, all on auto. Man, you're a chat. Oh, I almost forgot. Well, shoot, I didn't need to do that. No. Go back to Stream Manager. There we go. Make sure you go follow Yumemi. She was last playing Minecraft. I might have missed that stream because I don't remember that her being her. I thought she's playing the GeoGuessr game last time. I don't remember.
風が吹けば桶屋が儲かるの正反対です。妙なところで買った恨みが信じられないところで帰ってくることがあるかもしれません。
Sorry.
God dang.
Daddy, sorry. Daddy, sorry. Daddy?
Oh, hey, Fuki.
Daddy, sorry. Daddy, sorry. I'm sorry.
Hi, Fuki. How you doing?
そうなったら嫌でしょ？
God dang it. Hello. Hello. Doing okay? That's good. You know, doing okay is always better than not okay. That's what I always say. Although I don't know if that's unique to me, but you know. Yes, thank you for shouting out Fuki. Let's give all the shout outs. You know what? Let's go ahead and shout out Golden. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Shout out Golden. And then shout out Soldier. There we go. Everyone gets a shout out. Wait, no. Yeah! Yeah, we do all the shout outs. Hell yeah. I made cake at like 3 a.m. That's what I'm talking about. It's prime cake making hours is 3 a.m.
誰だって恨みなんか買いたくないんです。
Soldier, we've all made bad life decisions. If somebody says they haven't made any bad decisions, then they're just a liar.
敵を作らないに越したことなんかない。ん？どうしました？
Well, Oishi, you're kind of digging into my shoulder with your gorilla grip.
肩がだいぶ凝ってますね。
I have never made a bad decision. Fuki, yours is ever taking your eyes off your nephew. There you go. Bad decision.
ちょっと揉んであげましょうか。ほら、気持ちいいでしょ。
Oishi, what are you doing, bro? You are like harassing a child. I thought you were my man, Oishi. You were the only one I could trust. Ow! 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 This man wasn't just strong. He was like... He knew exactly where to press to make me feel pain. Ah! Only 4 or 5 fingers were on my shoulders, and yet the pain made me want to bend over backwards. Ugh. God, I miss that kid, but holy shit, I don't miss him trying to lick lamps. But that's part of the charm. A few of the girls from my class were pretty shaken up, but didn't seem to want to help me. They weren't sure if they should go call the teacher. As for me, I couldn't take the time to wait until the teacher got here. It hurts!
もうそれくらいになさってください。痛がってますよ。
え？
Behind Oishi-san, someone... To my disbelief, it was Coach.
おや。
No, let me break this kid's shoulders if I want to.
これは入江先生じゃありませんか。
Doctor? Wait, what?
ご無沙汰しておりますね。
Discomforted by Coach's sudden appearance, Oishi laughed scornfully. The vice on my shoulders, however, remained as strong as ever. Bro, let go!
挨拶はいいです。それよりも、前原くんを離してあげてください。
Oishi smiled daringly and glared straight to Coach. He didn't release me in the meantime, of course.
先生のところにも後でお伺いしようと思っていたんですよ。
Bro's got the freaking death grip on Keiichi's shoulders, bro.
いつもお忙しいとかで、ろくろくお話ができませんからね。
ええ。お望みとあれば、いくらでもお話を伺いますよ。 でもその前に、令状をお持ちになってください。職務質問と任意同行は拒否できますからね。
Coach didn't display a shred of the weird behavior he'd shown at the baseball game and barbecue. You mean the ever so sus behavior? Yeah, for once he wasn't hitting on kids, thank God. Thank God he's actually being a functioning member of society instead of trying to be a terrible person. Oh my God. He stared steadily at Oishi and fought so that he would release me. Lump.
FBI, open up!
Yeah, honestly, just get this man. His chances were terribly bad, of course. Compared to the relaxed Oishi, Coach seemed like he was being defeated mentally. It made sense. Coach had a somewhat narrow stature, but Oishi's body was packed with muscles. Listen, I'm not exactly a Greek god of build myself, but Oishi don't exactly look like he's packed with muscles. Now, I could be wrong. He does not appear to be one that is visiting the gym often. I have no place to speak myself. Let's be real. But Oishi does not look like he is one that has paid the gym a weekly visit at most. Just saying. Wasn't even a contest. But Coach was fighting for me without taking a step back. Beads of sweat formed on his face, and though he paled, he was fighting for my sake. I have the same type of body. It's not body shaming. I'm making an observation. I'm not body shaming. We don't support body shaming here. Poor man has enough to deal with. Right, he's got to dig his freaking hands into a child's shoulders and break his shoulder pads. Right, he's got to do that. Suddenly, Oishi laughed and let go of my shoulders. My body exhausted, I fell right into my backside.
前原くん。大丈夫ですか？
くそ。いってててて。
I rubbed my shoulders where Oishi had latched onto them. Pain from falling over went away quickly, but this pain was lingering. Irie is being eerie. True.
大丈夫ですか？前原くん。
Yeah, I'm alright. It's just he has like freaking like indents in his shoulders to where Oishi had like the freaking vice grip on them.
ひどいことを。
くそ。あいててて。
ちょっと肩を揉んだだけじゃないですか。前原さんも少し大げさすぎですよ。男の子はもう少し我慢強くなくっちゃ。
Toxic masculinity. Wow. I thought we were boys, Oishi. Now you've added toxic masculinity and harassing children onto your list of bad stuff. I can't... Man. I wanted to retort, but I couldn't think of anything witty.
肩は上がりますか？
Toxic masculinity equals boys, not men.
痛みますか？ 痛みが強いようなら、ちゃんと診察をした方がいい。
Toxic masculinity ruins the party again.
とにかく、保健室へ。
Coach lent me his shoulder and walked beside me.
大げさですね。
What an exaggeration! All I did was nearly rip his shoulders off. He's all right. He'll be okay. Walk it off, bro.
私に限って傷が残るような真似をするわけがないじゃないですか。ねえ。
Drop kicks, Oishi. Hey, Ark. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Guys, if you haven't, please go and follow Ark. Ark is a great dragon VTuber. He's just got like a very welcoming dropkicks Moshi. He's got a very welcoming personality, and I don't know. I have a lot of fun just dropping in, chatting, and lurking in his streams. And he recently finished Majora's Mask. God bless his heart. Because I was sitting there bullying him the entire time, just saying, wow, bro, skill issue. Because, you know, I'm obviously, like, the authority on skill in video games, because I play the most physically and mentally demanding video games known alive to man, visual novels. I don't know, it seems like... yeah, bro. I don't know, I like... be right back crying. Oh Lord. But yeah, please go follow Ark.
私、これでも現職の警察官なんですよ。
Ark Tsundere confirmed. I mean, he has a whole soon emote.
さあ、どんなご用があったか存じませんが、もうご用がないならお帰りを。今日のことは、今度所長さんに直接抗議しますから、そのつもりでいてください。
Is it bad that I don't like either of them? I mean, I don't like anyone in this scene, to be honest, because Keiichi is also part of the scene. Granted, he's done nothing wrong in this moment in time, except have his shoulders be nearly ripped off. But yeah.
それは困りますね。
Oishi-san waved his hand sarcastically, pivoted around, and headed to the car parked by the school gates. And without turning back around, he got in and started the engine. Damn it. Who the hell was he? Damn it.
あいつは、大石クランドという刑事です。乱暴者でね。
And a hooligan.
村中に嫌われている男です。前原さんも用心した方がいい。
Kurado Oishi. Just like I thought, my gut instinct wasn't wrong. He would be the one. The one to bring unhappiness, misfortune, something that would ruin our peace. Keiichi, let's get this out of the way. There is no actual peace in this village to be had. Shit. I won't accept it. All these fun days can't possibly end just because some guy like him showed up. I won't accept it. Coach seemed to be familiar with the school, so he brought me to the nurse's office without much trouble. The girls from my class came along as well, looking worried. Our teacher and the principal, having noticed the disturbance, came to see what was the matter.
前原くん、 どうしたんですか？怪我でも？前原さん、さっき校庭で変なおじさんに。
Coach gently interrupted the girls trying to explain.
いえ、ちょっと転んでひねったみたいです。
Bro really mansplained right now. Bruh, can we cancel Erie, please? Irie, whatever his stupid name is. Bruh.
大丈夫だとは思いますけど、念のためと思いましてね。保健室をちょっとお借りいたします。
入江先生、よろしくお願いしますぞ。
The principal gave him a deep bow. It looked like Coach was acquainted with the adults at school. He slid open the doors to the nurse's office, but there wasn't a nurse in there, anything. I'd figured. I'd never seen anyone but Chi-sensei and the principal working here. Coach didn't seem to mind the fact that there was no nurse and quickly made his way into the nurse's office. He instructed me to sit down and started washing his hands in the sink. Wait, is this guy the nurse? Oh, hell nah. Bro, he's the nurse for a kid's school. Nah, no. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, bro, I hate this. Oh, I get it. He's the coach for the boys' baseball team. He must be pretty used to treating wounds with first aid. Oh, if he's not the... Okay, maybe he's not the nurse. Oh, thank God. That would have been terrible.
ちょっと患部を見せてもらえますか？まだ痛みます？
いえ、もう全然痛みません。本当に大丈夫です。
I rolled up my shirt and showed him my shoulder. No bruise, not even nail marks. And yet, it had hurt so much I thought my shoulders would be crushed. Even the pain had disappeared without a trace. It hurt so much, but not so much as a bruise remained.
それだけあいつが慣れているということですよ。
Used to it, huh?
今度会った時は挑発しないことです。あいつを怒らせて得をすることは何もありませんからね。自宅に制服警官を連れて押しかけてきたら、ご家族だっていい気持ちはしないでしょ。
それは確かに。
しかし、何があったんです？前原さんがあいつと喧嘩になるなんて。
We're stretching the meaning of the word fight if we're calling it that. I'd call it more just harassment.
あいつ、里子に用事があるとか言ってきて。
Oh, wait, that's right, yeah.
え？里子ちゃんにですか？
He's like, Satoko, that's my child. I mean, that's my student. That's what he's thinking. Coach's gaze lowered and his expression clouded a bit. Somehow that gesture seemed to be saying Oishi was bound to come to Sotoko, and did. And that was no laughing matter. What if he's like? What if Oishi was like, Satoko? No, I'm here for Erie, bro. You're coming with me. To the slammer you go. Coach fell silent in thought. Quietly, he took a compress out of the first aid kit and put it on me.
あの男は、まだ聡子ちゃんに付きまとうつもりなんでしょうか。
Hey, yo?
本当に、蛇みたいにしつこい男です。
Almost dropped my water. Coach mumbled to himself.
付きまとう？あの大石っていうやつ、たびたび聡子のところへ来てるんですか？
Coach didn't answer, but the lack of denial served well enough. What on earth did the policeman, probably a detective or something, need from Satoko? What do you mean, probably a detective? Yuri literally told you not even 5 minutes ago that he was a detective. What mistake had led a detective to cling to the sweetly smiling Satoko?
前原さんは、そうか。引っ越してきたばかりでしたね。
ええ。そうですけど。
お社様のたたりと、聡子ちゃんの話は、少しは聞いたことがありますか？
And it begins. But no, it already begun. Because freaking I forgot. I've literally forgotten so much. Ren was having like an episode, a couple of it was either last stream or a couple streams ago. Well, I knew a few things about it, certainly.
聡子の両親がダム計画の賛成派で、転落事故で死んだのはたたりだって話ですか？
Coach smiled thinly and dryly. So you know, he said, dropping his gaze. If I recalled correctly, there was an accident on a viewing platform at the public park she'd gone to with her family, and her parents died. And then, it was just big brother and little sister. And then she was with Rika-chan and...
ご両親が亡くなった聡子ちゃんと、お兄さんの聡くんは、おじ夫婦宅に身を寄せることになりました。
I gotta go soon, but I'll join later if I can. No problem, Fuki. I hope you have a good day. And thank you for dropping by.
そうなんですか。
Their parents died in the accident, and Satoshi ran away, leaving only Satoko to start living with Rika-chan. I'd known that much, but this was the first time I heard they'd been brought to their uncle and aunt.
おじというのは、聡子ちゃんのお父さんの弟にあたる方なんですがね。
Right, that's how uncles work.
残念なことに、夫婦揃って、ちょっと尊敬に値する方々ではありませんでした。
Oof! Coach normally picked his words politely. So when he came out and said they didn't deserve respect, it really made me wonder what kind of people they were.
聡子ちゃんの両親がダムに賛成していたとばっちりで、おじ夫婦も村内ではとても肩身の狭い思いをしていましたからね。聡子ちゃんたちを歓迎するはずもなかったんです。聡子ちゃんたち兄弟にとってとても辛い生活だったと聞きを読んでいます。
Bit by bit, Coach told me about the numerous agonies the Hojo siblings had suffered at their uncle's house. As their guardians, their aunts and uncles sucked up everything belonging to the immediate family. Satoko and Satoshi were crammed into a small room. Their lives were laden with things that were miserable both for their bodies and minds. In the first place, since apparently their aunt and uncle weren't on good terms, there was no end to their fighting. And as if in revenge for that, whenever they saw Satoko or Satoshi's face, they would always find fault with them, scold them, yell at them, strike them, and take away meals as punishment.
今思い出してもゾッとします。今の元気なさとこちゃんしか知らないあなたには、土毛色の顔をして、ただ日陰でぼーっとしているだけの彼女など、想像もつかないでしょう。
Jesus. I couldn't imagine it, and I didn't want to. That was how I honestly felt. But at the very least, Satoko wasn't like that anymore. She may have had a miserable life in the past, but it was different now. Something happened to change that life.
去年の綿流しのお祭りの夜にね、おばが死んでしまったんです。異常者にバットか何かで殴り殺されて。綿流しの祭りの夜には、村の旧敵がたたりで死ぬと噂されてましたからね。この死も単なる殺人事件としてだけでなく、お社様のたたりではないかと村中で囁かれました。
A few days later, the deviant arrested for drug use confessed to further offenses, and the incident was resolved. However, though it was resolved, no one knew whether the part about it being Oyashiro-sama's curse was true or not.
おじだってひなみ沢の人間ですからね。お社様のたたりを大層怖がり、逃げ出して雲隠れしてしまったそうです。聞いた話では、沖宮あたりの実婚の中の女性宅に転がり込んでるとか。
それで、解放されたんですか？さとこたちは。
おばは死に、おじは逃げ出し、誰も兄弟をいじめる者はいなくなるはずだったんですが、まるでその後を継ぐように、あの男が執拗に現れるようになったんです。
あの男？
Then Coach lowered his voice, just a bit as if being aware of his surroundings.
大石です。
大石。さっきの男。
The events that just occurred came back to me. The hard to describe ominous sensation I'd felt from him came back to me.
あいつは少しおかしいんですよ。お社様のたたりをめぐる一連の事件はみんな解決しているのに、あいつだけがそれを認めていないんです。
Accepted. The incidents were all solved and a detective supposedly with the police department. Didn't accept that?
あいつが近づく人間には必ず何かよからぬことが起こると言われています。ひなみ沢ではね、大石のことをお社様の。
ケンちゃん
Oh, good lord. The door flew open with a rattle and Mion came rushing in. Reina and Rika-chan came running in a few steps behind her, and then Tomita-kun, Okumura-kun, and a few more of our classmates.
ケイちゃん大石にやられたの？怪我を？
落ち着いてミオンさん。怪我はありませんよ。念のため尻尾をしているだけです。
ケイチ君、本当に大丈夫かな？
I ran a back up. we still don't trust you. You can stand in the corner.
かな？みんなに聞いたら首を締め上げられてたとか言ってて。
strangled. I don't know about that.
落ち着けよ、レナ。肩をすげえ痛く握られただけだ。
Chat, I don't know if anyone else just imagined it, but I imagine Oishi just like has his like is just strangling Keiichi like Homer strangles Bart. Why, you little? Meanwhile, Keiichi's just like, eat my shorts. Oh man, that's funny. Oh god.
ほら、あざだってないだろ。
みー。
たく。あんたら、何やってんだよ。仲間だろ。なんでぼーっとしてたんだよ。なんでケイちゃんを助けなかったんだよ。
ごめんなさい、委員長。
I mean, to be fair, it was a grown man. Yeah, I hardly think a couple of kids is gonna be like making him back down, you know. Mion yelled at her classmates, baring her fangs. Tomei-kun and the others hung their heads in silence.
よせよ、ミオン。富田くんたちはその場にいなかったんだ。責めるのはよせ。
くしょー。大石のやつ。
Mion kicked the floor with her heel a few times, her temper running hot. Her teacher, overhearing the commotion, arrived as well.
こらこらこら。保健室で騒がしくしてはいけません。委員長、みんなを連れて保健室から出なさい。ほらみんな。もう行こう。ケイチ君は大丈夫だって。ほら、みーちゃんも。
Mion was letting her emotions get the best of her, so Reina stepped in instead and led everyone out of the nurse's office. The detective from Okinomiya Station, Kurado Oishi. It looked like the first impression I'd gotten from him hadn't been mistaken. Satoko's absence had amplified the vague apprehension I'd felt since yesterday. And Oishi's appearance basically sealed the deal.
さて、じゃあ私はこれで失礼します。もともと千恵先生に用事があってきたんです。
あ、用事があって学校に来たんですよね。俺なんかのために、どうもすみませんでした。
Don't be so humble, he said, smiling easily.
おかげで役得と言いますか。前原くんのきめ細やかなお肌も存分に堪能できましたよ。
Bro, get this guy locked up! Dude, you can't... Oh my god! Put this man in a prison and throw out the key. I just killed the man using a minigun with him. Soldier, what? You can't just come out and say something off rip like that.
はふー。
Man. With the usual, for Coach anyway, parting words, he instead continued.
では、失礼します。
Average day in TF2, I guess.
大した怪我ではありませんが、幹部を揉んだりするようなことは、くれぐれも避けてください。もしも高熱が出たり、腫れたりするようなことがあったら、 すぐに連絡してくださいね。そんなことはないと思いますが。
あ、そうだ、監督。さっき、みんなが来る直前、何か言ってましたよね。大石のことを、お社様のなんとかって。
As he was about to leave the nurse's office, Coach placed a hand on the door and stopped.
ああ、お社様の使いですよ。
Bro, what?
もちろん悪口ですがね。
お社様の使い？
前原さんは、ひなみ沢で毎年、綿流しの夜に起こる、ひなみ沢村連続開始事件。通称、お社様のたたりのことはご存知ですか？
連続開始？
Now that I thought about it, I did seem to remember overhearing Mion or someone in class talking about it like a ghost story. On the festival day in June, one person would always die, and another person would be spirited away, but they seemed to call it demoning away here. What a fine story that was. I figured they'd make it up to scare me, but it was true?
一体、どこの誰が言い出したのかもわからない話ですが。いつの頃からか、大石のことを、お社様の使いと呼ぶようになりました。
なぜですか？
あの男が、その年のたたりの犠牲者を決めている、と、噂されているからです。
Huh? Whenever June came around, Oishi would start paying frequent visits to Hinamizawa.
亡くなったり消えたりする人たちの多くが、あの男の執拗な訪問を受けているからです。
4 years ago, it was known that the victim of the dismemberment, rumored to be the sacrifice, had been seeing Oishi numerous times leading up to the incident. The sacrifices 3 years ago were Satoko's parents. Right before their accidental deaths, Oishi had apparently visited their home. The one who disappeared 2 years ago was Rika-chan's mother. And again, people know that before she vanished, Oishi had been talking to her extremely frequently. The one who disappeared last year, Satoko's older brother, Satoshi. Satoshi, too, had apparently been approached by Oishi many times before he vanished. And then this time, Oishi was trying to contact Satoko?
冗談じゃないです。
Me who has never played TF2.
噂ですよ、前原さん。そういう噂があるというだけです。
I hadn't said that because of the rumors of Oishi being Oyashiro-sama's servant, or as contacting someone foreshadowing who would be the sacrifice that year. It was because the ominous hatred I felt towards Oishi was becoming more substantiated, more real.
さとこ、今日、欠席したじゃないですか。
え？そうなんですか？
It looked like news to Coach. I had thought he might have known why Satoko was absent today, but...
では失礼します。前原くんも早くみんなのところに行って安心させてあげるといいでしょう。
そうですね。そうします。
ladder. Coach left the nurse's office and headed towards the teacher's lounge. Dude, I'm telling you that Coach guy is gonna end up being like... Obviously he's gonna be evil, I can already feel it. But like, he's gonna be like the most effed up one of the whole crew. I'm telling you, bro. From the stuff that he says, just purely off of like freaking... just based off of like his normal, bro is about to be the ringleader. God dang. Alright, view new tips. Let's see. Research notes. The Hojo family. Every year, Oyashiro-sama's curse claims 2 victims. This means that with 4 years in a row, there have been 8 now, but it's worthwhile to note half of them have been members of this family. Note, the curse on the 2nd year, a certain falling accident, involved the death of a Hojo, a dam proponent, and the disappearance of his wife. She was pronounced dead the following year after being considered to have vanished under the perilous circumstances. The curse on the 4th year involved the death of the Hojo siblings' aunt, who was then their foster mother, and the disappearance of the elder brother. Fantasy football is so boring. Where's the wizards, the elves? Where's the fantasy? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I don't know what I've never heard of fantasy football. The Hojo family is a poor one, and it's hard to say. Mr. Hojo's job went very well. Apparently, upon employment via family connections, there was a plan for them to return to the home of the mother's side of the family. For Mr. Hojo, the eviction due to the Hinamizawa Dam project and the payment of a large amount of compensation money was essentially a windfall. Mr. Hojo actively embraced the Ministry of Construction's negotiations from an early stage and was selected as a representative of the dam proponents. It was rumored that he had been bought out by the Ministry of Construction for doing so, but the truth is unknown. However, the dam proponents were in the vastly outnumbered minority. In addition, as the Sonozaki family strengthened its own foundation and promised support against the dam, all of the proponents, save for Mr. Hojo, switched over to the anti-dam side. At this point, Hinamizawa was completely united against the dam, and Mr. Hojo was held up to ridicule as a stooge of the dam project's proponents. He was essentially used as a scapegoat for the anti-dam coalition. In the end, the dam project collapsed with Oyashiro-sama's curse and the dismemberment incident. However, punishment towards the bitter enemies supporting the dam project continues to this day. There are not many left today who supported the dam project, nor who had a negative reputation at the time. If there was any candidates left for the curse, it's the husband of the housewife who was beaten to death last year, Teppei Hojo, and Mr. Hojo's daughter, Satoko Hojo. Strangely, these two are the only candidates left. Will this year's curse come down on the two of them? There is more than enough value in observing them both. Interesting. Oishi's post memo. To Oishi-san. It was a call for you from Section 4's Chief Shigeharu. Apparently, the slaughtered corpse in the Ojikawa River is related to the S group as we thought. We're still verifying what happened behind the scenes, but apparently the deceased filled up dozens of self-created fictional bank accounts to their limits with money from the S group, reaching around 100 million yen. It appears there were 3 or 4 men with former S group connections involved in this. They've already disappeared along with millions of yen. The deceased was tortured on that point for information, and she was clearly slaughtered as an example to others. There are apparently some real wizards chasing down the people who disappeared. They're also spreading letters to related Yakuza groups not to harbor them. There's still no evidence that Teppei Hojo is one of those people. As far as Chief Shigeharu can tell, he hasn't been told anything. He was her pimp, but she didn't trust him at all, did she? Teppei Hojo has left the apartment in Okinomiya and has returned to his former residence in Hinamizawa. Oh shit, so he's back. I need to take a sip of water. Agua.
守りたいと思う心に嘘はなかった。大切にしたいと思う心は誰よりも強いはずだった。優しさから生まれた感情はやがて殺意へと変わり、真っ白だった思いは赤と黒で染まってゆく。それが守りたかった日常の崩壊を意味していると分かっていながら。たたり殺し。何が間違っていたのか。その答えを探して、悲劇はさらに広がってゆく。
北条さんは今日もお休みですか?
You know, chat, something I've noticed? After that little me rocking out to the cicadas, I've noticed that after that little segment happens, where someone says like a quote or just something that they're thinking, that's when shit hits the fan. 9 times out of 10, that's when the bad stuff starts happening.
古田さんは何か知っていますか?
Man, why is Chi always looking pissed off? Every frame you see her, she's always mad as hell. The teacher's voice wasn't critical, but Rika-chan hung her head, unable to answer, and I felt really bad for her. The teacher called Rika-chan up, and they had an exchange in hushed tones at the dais. The cicadas playing straight up bangers. The cicada, bro, we gotta go to the cicadas YouTube channel and smash that like button. Guys, if you're enjoying this stream, make sure you smash that follow button. Oh my god. At first, Rika-chan said that Satoko's fever had grown worse, but everyone in class knew that it was a lie. Also, Chi being mad is fine. Mad anime women are cute. Maybe I should try. Hey, yo, Golden? What? Whoa, Golden, hey. I mean, I guess, like, I'm already following those, so I guess, like, no, Ark, make sure you smash the follow button again to follow again. I mean, Golden, I'm not gonna judge what you do in your free time, but I breed cicada when I had an internship at an insectary. They were difficult to breed. You know, I would assume so, because I don't think bugs and people, I don't think they mix together, Golden. I mean, hey, more power to you, but I don't think bugs and people are bad booty. Oh, alright, let me stop teasing Golden. Because every day, Rika-chan brought Satoko's bento with her.
さとこちゃん、どうしちゃったんだろうね。
俺が知るかよ。
I'm the one who wants to know most of all. It was already the 3rd day since Satoko's first absence. Why won't these cicadas have sex? It's like the same thing with pandas, right? It's just like half the reason why they're endangered is just because the zookeepers try to get them to breed and they either don't know what to do or they just don't want to. Ever since then, I haven't felt good. Until just last Sunday, everything had been so much fun. Honestly, breeding certain animals is extremely difficult. I had reached out to Satoko like a real older brother, and we spent that time quietly, but warm and comfortable. I mean, you can't really blame the animals, though, because it's like... As much as we don't like to admit it, breeding is a forced process, essentially. Yeah, it's like... There's people that you wouldn't want to breed and or sleep with. I'm pretty sure it would be the same with animals. I'm sure there's animals that wouldn't want to sleep with a specific member of their kind, but they're just kept in a cage until they're forced to, so you can't really entirely blame them for being reluctant. And of course there are many, many species that have never bred in captivity. Cough cough, great white shark. Scandal, cough cough. Yes, I know to your reasoning. So, why had it suddenly been flipped over? The more I thought about it, the more I thought that the world had taken a turn for the worse ever since Oishi arrived. Thinking on it now, maybe the strange apprehensions plaguing me the night before Oishi arrived had been a sign. Kurodo Oishi was Hirosama's servant.
くそ、そんなことあるもんか。あいつが現れたから、聡子が今年のたたりに会う役だなんて決められてたまるかよ。
Just what sort of slip-up had I committed to cause those fun times to end so suddenly? That wasn't really your fault, Keiichi. You do know that, right? I guess they just don't like sex. They should try the new version, Sex 2 Electric Boogaloo, Rise of the Tent. Oh my gosh, Ark. There's a big scandal with a Chinese social media influencer who had great white shark and tried claiming it was a captive-bred farm-raised shark for food. The problem is, there is no such thing as a captive-bred white shark. There's no such thing as a captive white shark, period. You never really do hear people having captive white shark. Actually, you know what? I've never seen an aquarium with a great white shark. Is there like a reason for that, or like they'll have damn near anything else, but I've never seen one with a great white shark. Yes, it was the day before Oishi appeared. Shion, Mion, and Reina had spoken of the curse surrounding Satoshi and his disappearance, and it was so sinister it gave me a bad premonition. Such a small thing was the slip-up. That invited Oya Shirosama's servant? There is, but it's quite a lengthy explanation. I'll try to turn it down. Okay. It was absurd. I kept on groaning to myself that I would never accept it. Ever. I obviously wasn't the only one suppressing my feelings. Mion and Reina were too. Everyone in the class was doing it. Rika-chan knew something about Satoko's situation, but she wouldn't tell us. Rika-chan still held a calm attitude, like a cat basking in the sun. But she was being unbelievably stubborn about this whole thing. She didn't want to tell us, and that wouldn't change no matter how many times we asked her. Everyone understood that, so nobody questioned her.
リカちゃんが言わないならさ、言うまで待つしかないよね。逆に言わないってことは、言う必要もない程度のことかもしれないし。
There was no persuasive power in reassurance given with an anxious face like that. Mion was being taciturn and just looked up at the sky with a somehow annoyed expression. I couldn't tell if she was unhappy that Rika-chan wouldn't talk about it with her own friends, or if she was concerned over Satoko's well-being. Basically, the longest anyone has kept one in captivity is 198 days at Monterey Bay Aquarium. These are animals that can live about as long as a human. They don't adjust well to captivity like other sharks, and constantly brush up against glass and decor, and most often refuse to eat because they almost never go after food that isn't alive. Plus, despite being well-known animals, we know very little about their biology, true diets, reproduction, etc. So basically, it's the long and short of it, captivity doesn't work for great whites. Gotcha. And what about me? My anxiety was suffocating me day after day. If someone else were looking at me, then maybe I'd look annoyed, like Mion did. Tap, tap. Someone tapped my shoulder. It was Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun.
前原さん。ちょっと、いいですか？
またボールが引っかかったか？
Not for this species, at least as of now. That used to be true for all species, of course, but over time we learned how to care for stuff like corn snakes, basically pet snakes, and other exotic animals. I have no doubt eventually someone will figure it out, but that probably won't be for a few decades. I mean, the thing is, do we have to figure it out? We don't have to, like, keep every animal on this planet in captivity. Some can just be allowed to exist on their own free will, you know? I really don't support, like, the fact that we have to, like, just take every animal and just super analyze it. And not just let them be. I don't know.
今度はお前たちで何とかしてみろよ。
Unfortunately, white sharks are becoming endangered, so eventually it may be a must to save them as a species. Yeah.
いつまでも先輩に頼るのは良くないぜ。
Didn't feel like going along with them, so I was a little unsympathetic with my response.
ちょっと気になる噂を聞いたんすよ。
噂？
はい。ひょっとすると、関係があるかもと思って。
A rumor. About Satoko, they hadn't said that. But it didn't seem unrelated. They didn't want to talk in the classroom, so they pulled me behind the school building, lending further credence to that thought. The back of the school was damp and humid, like always. Students didn't really come here because they wanted to. It might, however, have been the ideal location for trading rumors away from prying eyes.
富田君、岡村君。その噂話って、もちろん聡子の欠席と関係のある話なんだろうな。
関係があるかはわからないですけど、あるいは。
聡子は一体どうしたってんだ？風邪なのか？それともひょっとしてもっと重い病気か怪我か何かで。
いえ、それがむしろ逆で、うちのばあちゃんの話だと、昨日の昼にうちの店に豆腐を買いに来たらしいんです。
Oh, Tomita's family runs a tofu shop, added Okumura-kun.
豆腐屋さんに。 買い物？
My voice sounds so stupefied, even I can tell. It was understandable. I was worried about what grave illness or injury she had, and the person herself had been out and about buying tofu.
で、サトコはどうだったんだよ？元気そうだったのか？それとも病み上がりでマスクでもしてたとか？
Dang, I have a lot of emotes. Well, 4 of those are technically, like, not something that I went out of my way to get made, but the rest of those are.
松葉杖で包帯だらけだったとか？
いえ、別に病気とか怪我とかそういうわけじゃなかったらしいんですが。
Machina win. We'll talk about it. We'll think about it. I should have felt relieved that it wasn't an illness or an injury. Sorry, what did they say? Okay, yeah. But my anxiety wasn't going away. Machina tier 3 emote. Then let's talk. No, bro. Bro, if I lock Machina behind a tier 3 emote and someone actually, like, goes out of their way to get tier 3 and the only thing they get is Machina's smug face, I would feel like the worst person on earth. Because Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun's expressions weren't looking any better.
絹ごし豆腐を1丁買っていったそうなんですが、ばあちゃんが言うにはおかしいと。
おかしい？
Don't mind me casually goes to adjust tier level sub. God dang it, Golden. It's worth it. It is not worth it. That's like you could buy like a month of Netflix with that, bro. Why would you? Like, come on. Actually, could you? I feel like Netflix has gotten a lot more expensive. I don't remember.
なぜ？絹ごし豆腐を買って何が悪い？
Irritated by how roundabout they were being, I had to desperately fight that irritation from creeping into my voice.
北条とフルデって、ほら、二人暮らしでそんなにお金持ちってわけじゃないですよね。だから、二人はいつも安い木綿豆腐しか買わないんです。一番高い絹ごし豆腐なんか買ったことないんです。
木綿だって絹ごしだって、どっちも豆腐だろ？
Whoever tier 3 subs gets the best character in Grisaya. Soldier, don't... Soldier, you know that's not true. Come on, we all know who Best Girl is. Let's not be joking around. We all know who Best Girl is.
たまにはうまい豆腐が食いたくなっただけかもしれないじゃないか。
Oslo, god dang it.
それは、そうですけど。
I knew how transparent I sounded right then. This wasn't anything trivial. It was some kind of important clue. Not the cheap firm tofu, but the expensive soft kind. Shopping, not in the evening after school, but in the middle of the day. Who actually likes tofu? John? I don't know who John is. But who actually, like, who is like, man, I love me some tofu, bro. Bro, no. Tofu is gross. I hate tofu. That's fake. Yeah, my man Golden. He knows what's up. How could you forget the dog? Oh, John! Oh, the dog! Oh, yeah. I forgot its name. Yeah. Okay, that's a might be. How dare you forget John? You guys, I've never claimed to be smart. Tofu is good in salad or taco. No. No, tofu bad. If you like tofu, you should feel bad. No, I'm kidding. I couldn't figure out what those things meant. As I thought hard about it, Okamura-kun took his turn to speak. Mochi anti-vegan. God dang it, Golden. Don't you go spread rumors about me.
次は僕っすね。
You forgot about John because you were too obsessed with the bear that killed John. Dude, don't bring up my bear rant. That was not one of my proudest moments. I got a little heated. let's just erase Mochi's bear rant from our minds. Bear rant. Don't worry, no, shh, we don't talk about it. Didn't happen.
これも噂なんですけど、帰ってきたらしいんですよ。
There is no clip in there. Did I clip that? No, you didn't. Nope, no one clipped it. Nope, didn't happen.
帰ってきた？何が？誰が？
北条のおじさんが。
Yep. Satoko's uncle. Right. I think Coach told me about him. Their aunt and uncle had taken them in after Satoko and Satoshi lost their parents in the accident.
去年のお社様のたたりで怖くなって町に逃げたっていう北条のおじさんです。こいつヤクザみたいな怖くて乱暴なやつで。
Everything Coach told me came back in bits and pieces. Right. The mean aunt and uncle who had tormented them all the time. I think he said that after their aunt was beaten to death by the deviant, he ran away to his lover's house in Okinomiya in the fear of the curse.
そいつが帰ってくると、どうして聡子が学校を休んで、真っ昼間に絹ごし豆腐を買う羽目になるんだ？
My underclassmen clammed up and looked downwards. Forgot about the worth death and Grisaya. Makina's tuna fish man. Oh no! Tuna fish man, no! There must have been some big hint buried in there. Even if I didn't understand, if I told Mion and Reina about it, maybe they'd know something.
あ、ごめんな、二人とも。
Tuna fish man tear through your emote. You might be kind of spitting there, Golden. You might be kind of spitting. I might do that.
せっかく好意で話を聞かせてくれたのに、なんだか問い詰めるような言い方になっちゃって。
I might have to do that.
あ、いえ、いいっすよ。北条が重病で寝たきりになってないことが分かっただけでも、ほら、儲けもんじゃないですか。
That might be true, but it still won't. It won't make the clouds over my mind fade away. Tuna fish man and JoJo's art style. Oh god.
あ！前原さん、ほらあれ！
Okamura-kun cried wildly, pointing over my shoulders behind me. Startled, I turned around, and way on the other side of the schoolyard, near the school gate, I saw a figure trudging forth. Oh! Satoko! Oh! You don't look too good, buddy. What's up?
北条だ！
I burst into a run faster than I could speak, so that, as quickly as possible, I could see with my own eyes that she was okay. Satoko in dire need of head pats. Stat! Hurry! Medics, this is a red alert. This patient is in need of a head patch. Stat! Get on it! We aren't getting any younger.
スタートゴー
Can you guys tell that I'm a top tier comedian? Dude, if I did stand-up comedy, I would... Oh my lord. Oh my god, I would get murdered. Currently back in June clips. Jesus Christ, Golden. Satoko seems taken aback by me shouting and running over to her.
まあ、なんですの、ケイイチさん。突然大声を出して走ってくるから何事かと驚きましたわ。
バカ俺のことなんかどうでもいいだろう。それより、どうしたってんだよ、サトコ。3日間も。俺、心配で。
心配性ですわね。たかだか3日ですわよ。
It was only 3 days.
もう、ケイイチさんは心配性なんですから。
From listening to her, she seemed like the normal Satoko, but I could tell she was clearly acting strangely. Her smile was somehow forlorn, and her complexion was bad for some reason.
ハゾー、大丈夫だったのかよ。風邪とかじゃないのか？
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun both expressed their concerns.
一体、どうしたってんだよ。3日も。俺がどれだけ心配してたか。
ごめんあそばせですわ。ちょっと、お家のお掃除をしたりしてたんですのよ。
For 3 days? What kind of dirty ass house were you living in?
だいぶ長いこと使ってませんでしたから、もう家中ホコリだらけでして。
How much fucking dust was there?
はぁ？サトコ、お前、何を言ってんだ？なんで家の掃除なんかで学校を休まなきゃなんないんだ？
Satoko didn't answer me. Instead, she passed by me and headed for the entrance.
もう、今はお弁当の時間ではありませんの？
She really said, don't worry about all that.
私はお腹が空いてますのよ。
It was certainly lunch break. I couldn't force her to stop after she told me she wanted lunch since she was so hungry.
まあいいや。リカちゃんは3日間、毎日お前の弁当を持ってきてくれてるんだぜ。今日はちゃんと食べてやれそうだな。とにかく、早く教室へ行こう。みんなを安心させてやろうぜ。
そうですわね。
If I did clip it, it's not in the clip channel since that only goes to June 28th. Haha, it doesn't exist. Haha. It doesn't exist because it never happened. Mm-hmm.
皆さんにご心配をおかけしてしまったかもしれませんわね。人気者は辛いでございますわ。
I put a hand on Satoko's shoulder and we ran to the classroom together. Up close, I was able to verify that Satoko looked somehow weak. All this anxiety was supposed to go away when I saw her again. That's what I had thought. But now, I
Excuse me,
start...
Daddy? Sorry.
Oh, God dang.
Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Daddy? Sorry. I'm sorry.
God dang it. Welcome back, Fuki. But now I actually started to have quite different fears. What the heck happened to Satoko? Everyone in the class, of course, reacted in the same exact way I had. We worried about you. I'm glad to see you well. What were you doing for 3 days? My classmates showered her in questions.
本当にご迷惑をおかけしましたわね。あはははは。
As she cackled, she chowed down on the bento Rika-chan had made for her. Those in the teacher's lounge must have been informed of Satoko's arrival, because... Oh, god dang it. Like... because our teacher sprinted into the classroom, her breathing ragged.
北条さん。
あら先生。3日間もご心配をおかけしましたわね。あはははは。ご覧の通り、元気でピンピンしてますわ。
もう、本当に心配してたんですからね。お弁当が食べ終わったら、職員室に来るんですよ。いろいろとお話があります。
Great. Oh, I didn't even. Oh yeah, that clip. Oh, that's... Oh yes. That clip is god tier. I don't remember who made it, but... Oh wait, was that you, Golden? I think that actually was you. Now that I think of that. Or maybe not. I don't know. But that was a very great clip. Oh my god, I love it. It was me. You're under arrest, Bear. Texas versus Germany colorized. What? Soldier, what are you on, bro?
3日もサボったから、きっと大目玉に違いありませんわね。あはははは。
Satoko laughed sheepishly while she scratched her head, and the rest of the class burst out into laughter. The teacher was acting angry, but she breathed a sigh of relief at seeing Satoko, healthy and smiling as she ate her lunch with the class surrounding her. Tell us what you're on so we can have some of that too. Wait a minute. If I sort clips via popularity. Oh? I'm on a few different drugs. What about it? I just won against Germany. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough, soldier.
でも、安心したよな、レナ。
PRP, can I go look for clips? God dang it, Golden. I have a compilation of like the best clips from Grisaya on my YouTube channel. Let me see if I can go pull that up real quick. Here it is. Well, if the thing will agree with me. Hold on. There we go. Wait, no. God dang it, man. Phone, please. Is the bear rant in it? No. We are not talking about the bear rant. Let it go. There is no bear rant. It doesn't exist. That's just made up hokey. I found the video. There we go. What is this bear? There is no bear rant! Don't worry about Fuki and Ark. It doesn't exist. Never let go of the bear. See y'all in an hour after cook. God dang it, Golden.
Ah, ごめん。無事でよかったよね。
I looked at Reina and knew. She had a sense that something about Satoko was off too. I looked to see Mion detached from the clamor as well, with a somewhat grim expression. But Rika-chan, on the other hand, was smiling from ear to ear. She spread out the bento boxes one by one as Satoko finished them. Finally, Satoko was satisfied, and after enjoying a thorough conversation with her classmates, remembered that she'd been called to the teacher's lounge. Let's go, Texas. Just soldier what?
めんどくさいんですけど、行かないともっと怒られてしまいそうですからね。
Oh yeah, Texas.
僕も一緒に行きますですよ。
Satoko rises from her seat and Rika-chan runs over to her.
ごめん遊ばせケイチさん。ちょっと怒られてまいりますわ。
おう。
I've switched to Germany now. This is not good. Mochi, don't you question our nation's bravest. God dang it, Ark.
なんだったら、俺も一緒に付き合うぜ。例のカレーの悪口の時、一緒に職員室で怒られた仲じゃねえか。
それには及ばないのです。ケイチは、ここでお留守番なのですよ。
Man the stations, Keiichi. Rika-chan's words were gentle, but the firm rejection was clear in her eyes. The two of them exited into the hallway, walking shoulder to shoulder. After seeing them off, the class breathed a collective sigh of relief, broke apart, and went back to their usual lunch break banter. We, however, couldn't go back to how we usually were. Not I, not Mion, and of course not Reina. Why Reina mad dogging us right now? What's with her? They stared at the classroom exit Satoko and Rika-chan had left through, their expression a little distant and grim.
俺たちは仲間だ。そうだろう、みんな。
I blurted out something strange, so Mion and Reina turned around with dubious expressions.
俺は仲間に隠し事はしない。だから、さっき聞いたばかりのことを言う。
I told them the stories I heard from Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun earlier, about the tofu shop and how Satoko's uncle had apparently come back. All at once without letting them speak.
これが俺の知るすべてだ。だからミオンもレナもしていることがあるなら話してくれ。俺は俺の知るすべてを話したぞ。
I ended my sentence firmly and looked into Mion and Reina's eyes in turn. Reina stared right back at me. Her eyes didn't falter. Without even opening her mouth, I could tell she wasn't hiding anything. Then our gazes turned to Mion.
別に、私は隠して黙ってるわけじゃないよ。
Mion couldn't seem to endure our silent stares, and began to talk timidly as if she was guilty of something.
でも、ケイちゃんが話したなら、私も話さないわけにはいかないよね。
I can't find the word. It's 'cause it doesn't exist, Golden!
みーちゃん、何か知ってるの？
いや、さとこのおじが帰ってきたっての、帰ってきた初日から知ってたよ。
Don't get. No, it doesn't exist.
この間の日曜日に、ふらっとひなみ沢に帰ってきたって。
どうしてそれを黙ってた？
ごめん。
An angry shout caused Mion to flinch away, look down, and hang her head uncomfortably.
ケイチくん、怒るようなことじゃないよ。
Maybe you don't exist, Mochi. Wait, I don't exist. Haha, kidding, I'm still here.
みーちゃん怖がってる。
あ、ごめん。つい大声を。
I lowered my head in apology. Mion accepted it, collected herself, and continued. According to her, her uncle's relationship with his lover, whom he had been with in Okinomiya, had collapsed. Without anywhere to go, he went back home to Hinamizawa. Should have ended stream for the bit. Would have been the greatest moment of comedy. Oh my god. And, on that Sunday, the day of the barbecue, her uncle ran into Satoko and brought her back to the house.
自宅に、なんで連れ戻すんだよ。
Currently swimming.
ろくでなしの怠け者だからね。自分一人じゃ炊事はおろか掃除一つできないし。
そんな、炊事やお掃除のためにさとこちゃんを連れ戻したっていうの？
So we've all just got to jump this guy then, right? I think that's like the clear solution, right? I remember that she said she'd been cleaning the house when I met her back at the school gate. A moment later, the pieces fell into place, into the jigsaw puzzle of unease. And as for what the puzzle depicted, when I saw it from afar, I could see the answer clearly.
さとこが家に閉じ込められて。
You just now brought this up! Post about bear rant on r/lost media, then you'll find. God dang it.
いじめられながら家事をやらされてる。っていう噂なんだよ。
If you knew that, why didn't you speak up? That's what I'm saying. I nearly yelled that at Mion, but hastily stopped myself.
みーちゃん、それ本当なの？
私がこの目で確かめたわけじゃないから、本当かどうかは知らないけど。
Mion looked down again and, staring at the floor, grew quiet.
去年みたいに？意地悪なおじさん夫婦のところで暮らしてた時みたいに？
Mochi has more streams.
でもさ、 そのおじさんって、家事はからっきしなんだろ？さとこが重宝なわけだから、何もひどい扱いをしているってわけじゃないかもしれないだろ？
圭一くん、何を根拠に言ってるのか知らないけど、いい加減なことは言わない方がいいよ。
Man got roasted. Reina clearly indirectly got mad at me. You don't know much about this, so don't talk as though you do. Yes, that's clearly what she meant.
じゃあ、レナは、知ってるのかよ？
私だって知らないよ。今ここで聞くまで、さとこちゃんがおじさんの家に連れ戻されたなんて知らなかったもの。でもね、1年前とはまるで状況が違うの。
状況が違うって、どういうことだよ？
サトシくんがいない。
サトシは、すごく妹思いのいい兄だったんだよ。いつもサトコをかばってた。意地悪なおじおばのとばっちりが、少しでもサトコにかぶらないように、盾になってくれてた。
家には意地悪なおじさんとさとこちゃんが二人きりなんだよ。それがどれだけ行き詰まるものか、圭一くんにだって想像がつくんじゃないかな。ひなみ沢に帰ってきた理由だって、一緒に暮らしてた相手が失踪して生活できなくなったからでしょ。そんな不愉快な理由で帰ってきた人が、どうしてさとこちゃんに優しくできるっていうの
She was right. It wasn't easy for me to imagine Satoko not being tormented.
ごめん。
あ、こっちこそごめん。問い詰めるような口調になっちゃったね。
An awkward atmosphere floated among us. Among us! They said the thing. They said the thing. They said among us. Among imposters, sus. Oh my god. The three of us remained silent and just stared at the floor. Among us. Mion is the imposter. Finally, we heard the principal's bell ringing. The teacher came back with Satoko and Rika-chan at her side.
さあさあ、午後の授業を始めますよ。委員長、号令。起立。
ごめんなさいね。失礼。
I couldn't read anything from Satoko's vaguely sheepish expression, but given the clouded look Rika-chan was wearing behind her, it was tough to laugh off the disquieting story I'd heard from Mion.
Yosh!
Alright!
久々に全メンバーが揃ったからね。
You can't find it, Golden. Too bad, so sad.
久しぶりにパーッと
部活で盛り上がろうじゃないの。
You know what that means? That means it never happened. It exists somewhere. Nah, it's gone from the face of the earth. Unfortunate. Yeah, perfect. Indeed, in times like these, the best thing to do is obviously get rowdy and scheme against one another in a club activity.
望むところだよ。ねえ、さとこちゃん。やろやろ。
やろうぜ。
さとこが好きだったゲームあるでしょ。ほら、なんだったっけ。
SMH Mochi doesn't want to preserve lost media. Of course not, bro.
なんでも構わないよ。言ってみ。
I'm just saying, if somebody says, when you post it to the internet, that it's on there forever, they're BSing you. They're BSing you. I'm telling you.
言ってみ。
Mion laughed happily, took a bunch of games out of the club locker and lined them up on the desk. Shaking my head. My damn shaking head is shaking my head. It's shaking my head, and even I preserve my streams and they're dog shit. I think that was the first time Mion's ever let someone else decide on a game for her. Hey, now wait a minute. I almost let that slip by. I know your streams are not dog shit, soldier. You just need better equipment. That's literally all you need. I could tell she was being especially considerate towards Satoko. Thinking that, whatever our circumstances, if we could just enjoy our time together as a group, that might be some comfort, some diversion. I want to know the bear rant. The bear rant didn't happen. It's like one of those. It's like one of those like fairy tales. Someone like made it up. They made it up off the top of their head, and they think it happened, but it didn't actually happen. Mochi gaslighting. Is it gaslighting if you can't find proof? Satoko seemed to understand her feelings too, and smiled vaguely, though pleased. But her head slowly moved from side to side. So full of shit, your eyes are brown. Hey! Clipping Mochi gaslighting. Better equipment is gonna make me able to be more entertaining. Yeah, exactly. What? God damn it. Soldier, you're twisting my words. I like... You know what I mean. Like, you don't really have, like, an overlay and stuff like that, you know? And, like, your mic quality isn't the best. That's what I mean. It's just... You know what I meant. Don't you twist my words. You're plenty enough entertaining. Don't get me wrong.
ありがたいですけど、お気持ちだけで結構ですわ。いろいろしなければならないことがありますので。
Even Rika-chan hung her head in remorse.
おいおいおいおいおい、本気なわけ？部活メンバーが久しぶりに揃ったってのに、お流れになっちゃうわけ？敵前逃亡は罰ゲームってのは、快速第何条だったっけ？
You know what, soldier? Just for that, you're getting another shout out. Go follow Soldier.
やめなよ、みーちゃん。
I need to stop being obsessed with cardboard with cool pictures on them before I can upgrade. I will agree that you need to stop the Yu-Gi-Oh obsession. I will. Watashi no Tandoro. Golden, you didn't make me say anything bad with that, did you? I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you, Golden.
無理に付き合わせちゃダメだよ。
別におじさんは無理強いしてるわけじゃないよ。
My turn. Draw. Oh, okay. Stop shouting me out. I will somehow become higher ranked than you so I can delete all Nightbot messages. Not possible, I'm afraid.
ただ、大盛り上がりした方が絶対に楽しいと思って。
本当にお気持ちだけで嬉しいんですのよ。
Bad choice trusting Golden. Golden's not let me down yet.
ご安心なさいませ。次に戦うときは皆さんまとめてでっかい罠にはめてご覧に入れますわ。
Oh, god dang it. Oh, yeah, it's just her laugh. Satoko, while insulting us, still said she couldn't participate in the club today and apologized. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, I bought a start. Speaking of my addiction, I continued said addiction. I bought a starter deck, Kaiba Blue Eyes, 2 days ago. Nice. Fucking goddamn. She quickly put her things into her bag and pattered out into the hallway, disappearing. Oh, dude. I need to... Speaking of the word goddammit, so I think some of you may know that I used to work at Burger King. I don't know if I told you how I got fired, but they fired me because I lost my cool one time and said "God damn it" out a little too loud. So they fired me after that. One offense, by the way. Meanwhile, there's people that were like working there saying slurs and they didn't get anything, but it is what it is. Recently, like a month ago, I think, they tried calling me back and then saying, "Hey, are you interested in coming back?" I literally told them across the phone, "Hell no," and hung up. Bro, you gonna fire me over one word, over one mistake? Yeah, hell no, bro. The fuck? Do you want me to be addicted to Yu-Gi-Oh or drugs? Those are your only two options. You know, soldier, I will take the Yu-Gi-Oh over that. Or you could just not be addicted. What the fuck? That's so damn... I know! I didn't even say it to anyone in particular. I just said "God damn it" a little loud, and I guess like a customer overheard. Like I wasn't even saying that to anyone. I was just getting frustrated, and they just dropped me after that. And then they want me to come back. Bro, you kidding me with that? It all happened in the blink of an eye.
Satoko.
Rika-chan stared lonesomely and as her friend hurried home, unable to be a part of club activities. Silence filled the classroom. Both the cheerful voices of our classmates in the schoolyard and the voices of the cicadas sounded like they were coming from some faraway world.
つまんないの?
The silence was broken by Mion's bitterness as she began putting the games on the desk back into the locker. By the way, sorry, I didn't mean to give y'all an anime backstory about my job there. I felt like ranting about it a little bit. Sorry. Everyone just stared absently at Satoko's seat, now empty.
リカちゃん、そろそろ話してくれてもいいんじゃないかな。
Reina made as gentle a smile as she possibly could and spoke softly to Rika-chan. Become a Burger King Storytime channel, god dang it. I'm always down for mochi lore, god dang it. Even without hearing it from her, we pretty much knew the situation at this point. Satoko's uncle had broken up with his lover and come back home to Hinamizawa. And he had taken Satoko back home and forced her to do all the household work. And that all had to be pretty rough on her. Thinking this was common knowledge to everyone, I skipped the important part.
どうなんだ?
Maybe Mion and Reina wanted to ask the same question. Nobody spoke. Mion just stared, waiting for Rika-chan's reply. Rika-chan still didn't answer. We were hoping for her to say no, but her silence was a bad enough sign.
去年だっけ?
How do you know I can read? You don't know me, you don't know my life, you don't know what I've been through.
おじ夫婦の元にいた時もこんな状況だったんだろ
う。あの時は夫婦喧嘩のとばっちりみたいなのがほとんどだったからさ。こうして部活で時間を潰して家にいる時間を極力減らすのも一つの手だったんだけど、今は家事を強制されてるから学校に残ることもできないんだね。
Shit. Satoko's not a slave. What do you think you are? Ignoring your own inability to live properly and basically putting Satoko under house arrest.
常識的に考えてこんなのおかしいんじゃねえのか? いろいろと状況証拠は必要だろうけど、こういうのって問題だろ? 警察とかに通報できないのかよ?
そうだよね。
Why don't y'all just jump the guy? Just jump him.
証拠とかがあれば警察に通報できると思うよ。あるいはそういうのって沖宮の相談所の人とかに相談できないの?
Reina and I kept saying police, police, as though it were nothing. But Mion's response sounded like she thought we were a little naive.
みんな簡単に言ってくれるけどさ。
The answer is always violence, for real.
それを立証するリスクを考えたことある？
リスクってなんだよ?
一昨年の冬かな。通報したんだよ。沖宮の相談所に。問題があるからすぐに何とかしてくれって。
そうだったんだ。それで?
How many times do I have to tell you violence is the question, yes or no is the answer? I'm the youngest of a big family, I can fight. Just imagining Fuki with like the Chad build.
電話してすぐに職員の人が来てくれたよ。で、さとことかさとしとかに事情聴取してた。ついでにおじ夫婦のところにもね。
Fuki with nunchucks?
さとことさとしに聞くまではいいが、おじ夫婦にまで聞くのはまずいんじゃないのか?
I do indeed have the Chad build. Let's go.
両者の意見を聞いて総合的に判断するんだとさ。ご立派ご立派。
結果はどうだったの？
But who nowadays owns nunchucks anyways? Slide box onto my bed. I don't own nunchucks solely for the fact that I'd probably be that guy that accidentally hit myself in the nuts with them.
様子見。
様子見って、なんだよ、それ。
おじさん、とっても勉強になっちゃったんだけどさ。法律ではね、暴行か育児放棄が認められなきゃ虐待とは言わないんだってさ。さとこもさとしもよく小づかれてたらしいけど、別に傷跡が残るようなレベルじゃなかったし。
I have my license to carry them in public, swords too, although I'm not a big sword fan. I own a sword. Bro, are you planning to go out and like slice somebody up or like fight with nunchucks? Bro, just get some mace. There you go, that's all the self-defense you need. Bro's out here like Rowan Noah Zoro.
3食の飯も一応食えてたし、寝床もあったし、心理的外傷を与える言動だって別にカセットテープで証拠があったわけじゃないし。
But I was trained with nunchucks. My girlfriend has a sword collection. That's cool.
実際村の人たちだって実際に乱暴してる現場は見たことないからね。
Ah, but do you have a black belt in karate going? Oh shit, I missed a Fuki message. I don't have nunchucks, but one of my brothers gave me throwing stars when I was 8. Oh wow. I much prefer the boast. Ah, so you were a Donatello fan. I think he is the one that yeah. Funny you should have. God dang it, Golden. Golden's just got everything. Forgive me for saying this, Golden, but you have like so much stuff going for you that I sometimes like, is he telling the truth? Like, is he lying? I don't know, maybe you are just that much of a Chad.
いくら意地悪だからって人前で乱暴はしないでしょ。
Golden, have you gone to outer space? He's probably gonna say it. As a kid who was constantly bullied, my parents thought it was best I took self-defense. In real life, no. Oh. Mochi, I need you to decide my fate. Okay. I don't know if it's a good idea to leave it to my hands, but I'll go ahead. What dessert should I buy tonight? Do I have options? Is this multiple choice or is it free answer? I don't know. I don't know if I'm as good with free answer.
誰だって。
で、その後どうなったの？
しばらくは毎週決まった日に担当の職員さんが訪問してたみたい。
Cookies, pie plus ice cream or brownies. I'm gonna say brownies. Brownies sounds good. Mochi, decide my fate. 1 to 8. 8. We always go for the biggest numbers. That's what I always say. I'm going with 8.
おじ夫婦も自分たちが見張られてることを気にして目立つ行動はしなくなったらしいけど。
Alright, BRB. Wait, what are you doing? Golden? Golden? Wait, what are you doing? No. 8 smacks across the ass. Reminds me of the Game Grumps animator. Why is everyone asking me to decide their fate? Should I steal the Declaration of Independence? Well, that depends, Fuki. Do you want to be in a Nicolas Cage film? God dang it. Fuki's is about to go full Nicolas Cage. Yo, can I join? God dang it. They're gonna use this Twitch chat as evidence. Come on, guys. Nicolas Cage is my year.
より陰湿ないじめ方に加速していったってことだね。
Delete the VOD, problem solved. Mion sighed and nodded.
おばのやつが特にねちっこくってさ。
I don't know why this came up, but did you guys... So, I think everyone here knows my old name. Actually, maybe not everyone. But my old name was Dat Mochi Boy. And I don't know why. But I have, like, my own, like, impersonator. I guess it's not as much of a problem now that I go by Mochi Kuma. But I have, like, my own impersonator. That, like, uses IRL pics of me on, like, a German dating website. I don't know why, because I look like a garbage can. But they do. And they also just, like, I don't know if you guys heard of Amino, but I have Amino. And they even, like, the only reason I found out about them was because I had an Amino. German dating deviant. Well, I'm not kidding, by the way, I'm not kidding. If you look up Dat Mochi Boy, he'll come up in, like, one of the first search results, I'm almost positive. Obviously, most of it's gonna be my stuff, but if it's mostly broken English, you could probably tell that it's obviously not me. But, like, I don't know. Like, he'll start his post with, like, Dat Mochi Boy hair. I don't know why. Like, it's so funny that somebody would want to, like, impersonate me, of all people, but you never know. You never know. Like I said, it's not much of a problem now that I go by Mochi Kuma, but it is what it is.
女特有の陰湿さっていうのかな。
That Mochi Boy hair. Yeah, it sounds just like exactly. On God, bro, that's me, for real, for real. They never really tried to hide it either. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, if you Google Dat Mochi Boy, you'll find him pretty fast.
相当いやらしいことをしてたらしいよ。
The only part that, like, creeped me out was that he was using IRL pictures that were of me and that existed and they were actually me. That's the only part that creeps me out a little bit, but I mean, hey, he does what he wants, so I believe he means here's equals Mr. in German. Oh. My phone likes English more than German. Oh, I see.
さとこ、最後の方は呼吸するだけのボロ人形みたいだった。
So what? In that conclusion, does that mean they never should have contacted child welfare in the first place?
わかった？誰の目にも明らかな虐待の証拠がなかったらお手上げなんだよ。むしろ状況を悪化させかねない。
So just jump him. We just jumped this guy. Come on now.
あれは、失敗だった。
After hearing that, even public organizations, the one thing they thought was dependable, couldn't do anything. Everyone hung their heads.
つまり、誰の目にも明らかな虐待の証拠が見つかるまで通報すべきでないってことなんだね。
うん。まあ、そういうこと。
I considered Satoko's current situation. She was brought back to her house. It was a little difficult to call that abuse. She was being tormented and forced to do the chores. How she was being tormented would be the key, but without concrete evidence, it would be difficult to prove. If she had some kind of external injury, that would work. But as far as we could tell from today, she had nothing like that. And being forced to do the chores, I was a bit weak too. There had to be better evidence that she was without a doubt being abused. I know. Her uncle had ignored Satoko's existence for a whole year and went to live with his lover in town. Didn't that fall under one of the definitions of abuse that Mion had mentioned? Child neglect?
うん。それは立派な育児放棄だね。どうなのみーちゃん。
I don't know, now everyone's starting to throw bricks.
おじが今もいなければ育児放棄は認定されそうだけど、今この瞬間は同居してるわけでしょ。
Oh my god. Oh, I forgot how loud that was.
今までは別居だったけど、心を入れ替えて同居することにしたなんて言われたら、また様子見なんてことになりかねないよ。
Isn't the system just perfect? Yeah, this person's clearly being abused, but it's like, we didn't see it happen, so what can you do? Once we reported it, we would need to be absolutely sure they'd interpret it as abuse. Maybe we needed far more concrete evidence, lest we repeat last year's mistake.
なんだか悲しい。ということはつまり、しばらくは黙って見てろってことなんだよね。
Or we could jump them. The only plan I could think of was, in the end, just watching and waiting. It left me in shock when I realized that it would be the same policy as that of the officials who had made the situation worse. As Mion said, reporting it to a public agency would be a gamble. If we're going to pick a fight, it would have to be one we couldn't afford to lose. If we were gambling, without enough money, without enough evidence, our defeat would be assured. If we took the time to amass enough money that we could be sure of victory, and that would mean pretending we didn't see Satoko's plight for a considerable amount of time.
こんなところで話を振ってごめんな。リカちゃんはどうして一人暮らしができるんだ？
Rika-chan had lost her parents, if I recalled correctly. From what I'd heard, she had no relatives either. She was forced to live on her own as a result, but her life was unfettered, free of restriction. If she could somehow grant that freedom to Satoko too.
ほら、リカちゃんって両親いないのに生活してるだろ？保護者のいない子供って施設みたいなところに入れられちゃうんじゃないっけ？
圭一くん、それひどい。
悪口で言ってるんじゃねえよ。そこに聡子を救うヒントがあるかもしれないと思って聞いてみただけなんだ。リカちゃん、気分を害したならごめんな。
Rika-chan shook her head, not particularly disturbed.
それはですね、僕は、実は村長さんちの子供になっているからなのです。
補足がいるね。村長の君吉のおじいちゃんがリカちゃんの保護者なんだよ。ちゃんと県知事の許可を得た正式な。
へえ、養子みたいなものか？
養子とは違う。別に籍を入れなくても保護者にはなれるんだよ。
あ、わかってきた。つまり、リカちゃんは普通に暮らしてるけど、法律の上では村長さんの家に住んでることになってるんだね。
まあそんなとこ。そのおかげでリカちゃんは保護者から離れての生活を認められているってわけ。聡子はそこに居候してるってことになるけどね。
難しいことはよくわかりませんが、つまりはそういうことなのです。
ミオ、今興味深いことを言ったな。席が違っても保護者になれるみたいなことを言ったよな。じゃあ形だけでも村長さんとかが聡子の保護者になってくれればいいんじゃないのか？
Then she'd be in the same position as Rika-chan. She could go back to her old life.
ところがそうはいかないの。だっておじだって保護者のつもりなんだもん。
ちょっと待て。わけがわからなくなったぞ。
Rika, me. God, what a wise child. Truly, her wisdom is unlike anything ever uttered by even the most brilliant of minds. Einstein cowers before her. Oh my god.
そもそも保護者ってなんだ？
In legal terms, a guardian and a parent weren't necessarily synonyms. So, whoever was actually looking after her at home would be considered her guardian.
ならおじは保護者じゃないな。
Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Fuki. Sip.
ずっと聡子をほったらかしにしてた。
でも保護者だと主張されたらそれまでだよ。
But I said I was, so I'm the guardian. By that logic, then anyone that can just like kidnap any child and be like, oh no, I'm their guardian. What?
聡子が連れ戻されてから数日。その間の食事代はおじの財布から出てるよね。一応面倒を見てると主張できなくもない。それに1年間聡子をほったらかしたとはいえ、最初の1年間は生活の面倒を見た実績がある。
What constitutes as child neglect? Why don't you mochi my kuma uwu? Golden. What? Also, welcome back, Golden. I don't know where you went, but welcome back.
でも村長にはその実績はない。
意地悪なおじさんと村長さんが同時に保護者を主張したら、おじさんの方が強いってこと？
Well, okay. If he's got a wife beater on, I feel like they should immediately not give him custody. Sorry.
その可能性が高いってこと。それに、保護者ってのは実際に面倒を見てる人を指すんだよ。
I feel like if you leave a child by themselves for an entire year, that should obviously constitute as child neglect. Very, very, very obviously.
実際に寝床や食事を握ってるおじと名義だけ貸そうとしてる村長じゃどうにもならない。
じゃあ、村長が実際に生活の面倒を見ればいいじゃないか。そうすれば、名実ともに村長が保護者になれるんだろう。
Just need to shelter Satoko. Leaving them alone was just to build up some grit. I was toughening them up. It's actually a great parenting style. Ark got that from the school of Heihachi Mishima. Just throw him off a cliff. Obviously, that's to toughen them up. If they didn't survive the fall from the cliff, then that's their own fault. It's not the parents' fault. That might lead to her uncle being desperate to take her back, but will stubbornly refuse him.
そんな簡単にはいかないよ。聡子は育ち盛りの女の子なんだよ。
Kazuya never appreciated some good fatherly love. I was a child development major for one semester, so I can confirm. Oh.
人間一人の面倒を見てくださいなんて、猫の子預けるのとはわけが違う。
じゃあ、監督はどうだよ。
Okay, this uncle sounds like a bad person, but giving her to Eerie, that would be infinitely worse. I am confident in that assessment.
監督ってよくは知らないけど裕福なんだろ？自分で言ってたくらいなんだし。本当の親でなくても保護者になれるなら監督でも可能なんだ。監督なら聡子の面倒を立派に見てくれる気がする。
No, we wouldn't.
だから。
One semester, damn, basically. I mean, hey, Fuki's got more knowledge than I do. I'd call them an expert.
聡子をペットみたいに考えないでって。ケイちゃんはさっきから聡子を誰かに押し付ける話ばっかり。人間一人の生活の面倒を見る責任ってものをもっと慎重に考えて。監督に聞いたの？聡子を引き取って面倒を見るってちゃんと確約を得たわけ？
Funny enough, you say that.
そんなの得てないよ。でも監督なら絶対に OK するだろ
う。まあいいよ。100歩譲って監督が OK したとするよ。でもダメなんだよ。保護者は独身じゃダメなんだよ。
Just jump the guy. This is. Listen, Mion, are you telling me you can't take this guy on? You're like an experienced serial killer. You of all people should be able to take this uncle guy on. We can just jump him. Just jump him. That's right. Coach didn't say it. Didn't he say it himself? He was alone, so he couldn't do it. Have you met the uncle yet? No. We're talking about him, but we've not actually seen him. I imagine he's some guy with like white hair and a wife beater. Is that correct? Please tell me I'm correct on that. If so, that'd be great. Shit. What the hell? Why is being single such a disadvantage in this society? That is incorrect. God dang it. Oh, yeah, that would have been great if I was right. Then, all you could do is marry into a wealthy family, couldn't you?
ひなみ沢にそんなお金持ちはいるのかな。難しそう。
ね。簡単じゃないんだよ。
Just jump. It is simple. Brute force.
人間一人引き取るってのは、誰かに押し付けようなんて短絡的な考えがそもそもダメなの。考えが浅いんだよ、ケイちゃんは。
なんなんだよ、畜生畜生。俺は必死に貞子を救おうと考えてるのに、ダメだってそればっかり。お前ら、本当は貞子のことなんかどうでもいいんだろ。
Mion, funny you should ask.
仲間のこと本気で心配してないんだろ。
From what I remember, Mion, like, I think it was last chapter, she basically, like, was referring to Satoko like she was like a freaking zit. Doing all of this for the national defense. Legally buy a rocket launcher, then the problem is solved. There you go.
どうなんだよ。
そんなつもりないよ。でもそう簡単にはいかないっていうか。
そんな難しい話じゃねえだろ。裕福な奴が貞子をしばらく面倒見てくれればいい。それだけのことだぞ。
I can hook them up. I know a guy.
そうだ。ミオンチはどうだよ。お前、御三家とかいう立派な家柄なんだって自慢してたよな。話じゃ、ものすごいでかい家に住んでるそうじゃないか。
うち？無理。そんなの、バチャが許してくれるはずない。
I'm the guy?
じゃあ、沖宮に住んでる親はどうだよ。聞いた話じゃ、こっちもかなりの豪邸に住んでるらしいじゃないか。
Slides FBI $17.53. God dang it, Golden.
町には親類の経営する店がたくさんあるそうだし。立派な資産家じゃないかよ、おい。
Ark, shut up.
ダメ
Puts on sunglasses, locked and loaded. God damn it, now the government gonna be after me, Golden.
沖宮の家なんてもっとダメ。
Jesus, do you leave the house carrying around that much money? A whole under $20? Jeez, man.
うちのお父さん、そんなの絶対に許さない。
おい。普段は散々大物ぶりを自慢しといて、ここ一番で及び腰かよ。なんなんだよ。 お前、里子を見殺しにする気かよ。
Fuckies, let's stake him out and jump him. Damn.
そんなつもりはないけど。
Foxy.
そりゃ、私だって里子は助けてやりたいよ。
I don't have 9 more pounds of the good stuff to give him this time.
でも、それとこれじゃ、話が。
話が違うってのかよ。冷てえやつ。仲間の危機だろ。ここで救わなかったら何なんだよ。部長だろ。部活の救えよ。仲間の危機をよ。今ここで救わなかったら仲間じゃねえ、人じゃねえ。
I feel like that's a bit harsh.
お前の人間性が問われてるんだよ。
Okay, but you're not wrong there.
聞いてるのかよ、ミオン。
My emotions all exploded out of me, and I didn't even give her a chance to say anything in response. I just wanted to make Mion agree with me, even if I had to force her. If she did, Satoko's problems would be solved. Moch, I have a question. Why does Keiichi, the angriest Higurashi friend, not simply eat the weak friends? What arc? What? What are you talking about? What is bro waffling about? What? Golden, why are you trying to pick a fight with Fuki? Leave them alone. Y'all better not be starting fights in my chat now. I'll holler on all of you. If pushing her would solve the issue, then I'd push her as much as I needed to.
何さっきから黙り込んでんだよ。聞いてるのかこの野郎。
Whoa, okay, Keiichi. Whoa, alright, let's calm down.
どうなんだよ。なんとか言ってるよ、その崎みよ。
みー、
We're starting fights. I got 22. Why do you have so much, like, specific money amounts, Golden? Also, you saying the king of dragons can't stand their own in a fight? Hold on now. Mion, looking down with a grim face, began sobbing. Her hands were clenched into trembling fists. She rubbed her eyes to wipe away the tears. It's not even me in the fight, Liv. Was what I actually said that mean? Was what I actually said that mean? Let's take a look. You asshole! I'm asking you, asshole. What else did he say? You're not even human. I don't know if you have any humanity left. Are you even listening to me? You're saying Sonozaki. And then what? Was I actually that mean? This isn't the time to cry. We're in the gambling room now. We have to do something to save Satoko. And as I thought that, Reina spoke, her voice cold and incredibly calm.
ケイチくん、 みーちゃん家がダメなら、他の裕福な家を探したら？私、ひなみ沢に立派な豪邸建てて住んでる人。
Oh shit! She's gonna talk about Keiichi's family because his dad's like an artist. Gonna drop the ball on his ass.
誰だよ。
白々しいよ。あれだけ立派な家に住んでて、自分の家だけは蚊帳の外。
Reina's got the shut the fuck up, you know, jack all Keiichi. Shut your dumb ass up. Fuki, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Golden starts picking fights and then says the fight is between me and Arc Logic.
俺んちかよ。俺の家は。
仲間なんでしょ？救ってよ、ケイイチくんが。
Yeah, Keiichi. Keep that energy! Keep that energy, Keiichi! Keep that energy!
みーちゃんはダメだってさ、冷たいから。
Keep that energy!
じゃあ仲間思いのケイイチくんがお手本示さなきゃダメだね。
Yeah! Call him
大
out!
きなお家に家族3人で住んでるんだっけ？
Call him out! Call him out!
じゃあ空き部屋なんかいくらでもあるよね。
Yeah! Let's go! Reina's spitting. Reina's spitting right now.
余ってるお部屋、いくつかさとこちゃんに分けてあげればいいじゃない。
Yeah, Keiichi. Keep that energy. Keep that energy, Keiichi.
それでめでたくさとこちゃんの悩みは解決。あら何？これでもう終わり？
Spitting some mad shit there, Keiichi. Just get Arc, go call Fuki's adorable enough times, and then they'll lash out.
あっけない話だったね。
That was pretty quick.
はい解決、お疲れ様。じゃあもう今日はいい？私帰るね。ラン。今日は久しぶりに宝探しにでも行こうかな。昨日まではずっとさとこちゃんのことが心配で全然遊ぶ気になんかならなかったし。
My God, Reina in VN is so much sassier than the anime. She's spitting though. She's spitting. Don't worry.
今日はどんな宝物が見つかるかな？はなんか言ってよ。
Say something! Keep that energy, Keiichi! Keep that energy!
私だけ喋りずくめ？
Come on, Keiichi!
黙ってんじゃないわよ。聞いてんの？前原圭一。
Oh God. Alright. You bastard. Kisama. Even the cicadas seemed to cower in fear. Reina, her shoulders bobbing up and down, and me, who had forgotten to breathe. Mion, whose face had gone completely pale, and Rika-chan, who was keeping silent as if nothing had happened. The atmosphere in the classroom grew tight and stiff, and it petrified us where we stood. Rattle. The sound of the chair as Reina sat back down after having stood up finally allowed everyone present to take a breath. Reina had shown me just how much I'd hurt Mion.
レナが怖いのです。
That's all you got from that, Rika? God dang it, Rika! She was spitting. Can I help you too? Just following Golden's example. Don't mind them, Fuki. That's just the Mochi chat effect. You'll become part of it too, don't worry. After a few moments, Rika-chan cut into the frozen air.
うん。
I am a good leader.
ごめんね、リカちゃん。みーちゃんもごめん。
One of us! One of us!
ケイチくんには謝らなくてもいいよね。
Fuck you, Keiichi!
ああ。ごめん。めちゃくちゃなこと言って悪かった。
さっきのあれ、私に言ってたの？みーちゃん睨みながら言ってたから、私てっきりみーちゃんに言ってるもんだとばかり思ってた。
Reina had such strength that you wouldn't have imagined it normally. All I did was spout terrible things as a wave of violent fury passed over me. I couldn't contend with her.
ミオ、ごめん。頭に血が上ってた。
Come to think of it, I didn't understand what had gotten me that riled up. I thought of myself as Satoko's needy. So I only had good intentions. That I'd think about it a little harder than everyone else, and yet I only had good intentions. Let's go back and see what he said. You asshole! You're not even human! I don't know if you have any humanity left in you! How can you be so cold-hearted? Save her! He only had good intentions.
うん。いいよ。私こそ、ケイちゃんが一生懸命悩んでるのに、あれはダメ、これはダメばっかり言って。
Asshole is a term of endearment, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna go buy brownies. Alright, go get your brownies. And if I'm gone by the time you come back, I'll see you when you're streaming. But enjoy your brownies, my friend.
ごめんね。私も悪かった。
I'm currently doing option 10 Mochi is forcing me to do. Wait, what? Option 8. Wait, what was I don't remember. Oh, right. There was no 10. I don't remember what option 8 was, to be honest. Mion rubbed away the tears out of the corner of her eyes with her fist and apologized as well. We bowed our heads to each other and looked down without glancing at the other. Someone, I don't know who, heaved a sigh. Satoko, being tormented, had been known about since last year. How had the tragedy back then saved Satoko? How had they brought it to an end? Right. In the end, nobody could do anything. All they could do was bear it patiently and wait for those agonizing days to end. That's right. Oh shit, guess I gotta go steal the Declaration of Independence now, god dang it. The one who brought an end to those terrible days, some crazy drug addict nobody knew. On the nights of Watanagashi last year, her mean aunt had been beaten to death. But it hadn't been done to save Satoko or Satoshi. Right. It really was just a coincidence. Satoko's friends, who needed to do something for her most of all, could do nothing. The incident may have been a tragic one, but from Satoko's point of view, it was nothing less than a miracle. Yes, a miracle. A miracle one could only wait for.
待つしかないのかよ。
I had to wait for the house to be empty before... Golden, what are you doing?
俺たちには
That's what I want to know. What is option 8? Not for evidence of abuse. Not for something that minor. Or do I want to know? That's... You know, actually, that's true.
何をかな。
奇跡。
I'll post a picture in the Discord when I can. Oh no. No one made fun of me for using such a crazy word. We couldn't come up with any solutions, so it was the only thing we could do.
無力なんだよ。私たちは。
That one word Mion dropped was the finishing blow. It was hot. My body was sticky with sweat. The worst month. June. God dang. Shit, man. Child neglect and abuse is never an easy topic to talk about. I walked forward quite a ways, and then turned right where the rice fields ended. I'd never come here before, so I had no idea where to go. I got lost several times, so I may have taken quite a long way around. Maybe I should have gone back home and gotten my bike first. It would have made everyone else worried if I'd asked them. So I asked one of our other classmates where Satoko's actual house was. That house was originally our family's, apparently, not their uncle and his wife's. Their house had been bigger, so they had taken it for themselves. Right here. Several houses all in a line. Over there? I was visiting Satoko's house, but didn't particularly intend to meet her there. I didn't mean to spy on the enemy, her mean uncle either. Maybe I just wanted to be a little closer to her, as her Nini. Pretty words, but I didn't know if they were true. If what Tomita-kun and the others told me was right, it'd be this house? When I recognized it, my feet grew heavy. What did I come here for? My motive for coming here was absurd. When Mion had said at the end that we were powerless, it made me sort of frustrated. I just wanted to do something, anything other than waste the days away praying for a miracle. That's what made me come here. But that was all. Even if I were to witness her uncle actually tormenting Satoko, what could I do? Would I act like a comic book hero, punch the guy in the face, and take Satoko away with me? And then live together somewhere far away? That was ridiculous.
俺は無力だ。
The cicadas' voices, raised in chorus, sounded like they were scoffing at me. As though they were saying that if I couldn't do anything and wouldn't do anything, then I should go back home. I heard a car approaching, so I got out of its way. But then the car stopped right behind me, its horn honking shortly once. Annoyed, hadn't I gotten out of the way? I looked behind me, and a familiar face was looking at me out of the driver's seat window.
監督。
Hey!
こんにちは、前原さん。
Wait, why am I saying hey? This guy's a creep.
こんなところでお会いするとは、本当に奇遇です。お家は近くなんですか？
Me being here wasn't normal. Just as I considered somehow giving him the slip, I noticed Satoko sitting in the passenger seat.
さとこ？
Satoko got out of the car and began unloading a lot of groceries from the trunk.
買い物の帰りに偶然監督にお会いしたんですのよ。送ってくださるというのでお言葉に甘えたのですわ。
自転車でこんなに買い物をしたら運びきれませんからね。
As Coach spoke, he pulled Satoko's bike from out of the back seat where they'd put it. The grocery bags were big, and there were 4 of them. They all seemed to be packed full and very heavy.
この袋、セブンスマート？おいおい、自転車で行くにはちょっと遠すぎないか？
I looked at the bags and saw that they were filled to the brim with sake bottles and snacks that you'd eat with sake and back boxes of cigarettes. Their weight was one thing, but their contents were nothing less than luxury items. I don't know if I'd exactly call sake and cigarettes luxury. I love poisoning my body.
監督のおかげで助かりましたわ。ちょっと坂道は辛かったですから。
Satoko gave Coach a smile filled with gratitude. But it was incredibly awkward and even heartrending.
さとこ。この買い物、今晩の晩飯ってわけじゃないだろう。
当然ですわ。私、お酒なんか飲めませんし、おつまみも嫌いですし。
Who hates snacks?
タバコなんか吸うわけ。
He made Satoko go to a distant store by herself on her bike. So she could buy dumb shit like this? And what was the uncle doing right now anyway? He must have been working up a good sweat at this very moment if he needed to send Satoko out by herself, right? If not, then how much had Satoko suffered for no reason? I hadn't intended to voice my feelings, but they may have made it onto my face. Coach might have noticed because he clapped me on the shoulder. Just then, one of the house windows clattered open, and the face of a vulgar man, with the very sight of which made me immediately avert my eyes, emerged from within it. There were no self-introductions necessary. My gut told me that this was the uncle in question. The first thing out of his mouth should have been words of gratitude for Satoko.
Satoko! 缶のガスかけっぱなしで出よったんな、この。
ごめんなさい。でも、すぐに買いに行けって言ったから。
やかましいわ。せっかくの銀条台無しにしよってん。どうしよったんじゃ。
ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。
Satoko miserably apologized over and over, bowing again and again. She could be perfectly described as a small animal. I had no idea what was happening. Satoko finished shopping for all this heavy stuff that wasn't even for dinner. She only managed to come back because she ran into Coach and he drove her home. If she hadn't been found by him, she'd surely still be by herself, panting and moaning, pedaling her bicycle up that steep hill. What was with those words? Those horrible, sleazy words that he said to Satoko? In what country's dictionary did it tell him to say such things? To a young girl who'd just finished shopping? My anger, of course, wouldn't reach him. The uncle displayed no interest in me, instead shouting at Coach.
おや、入江の先生じゃないですか。こんにちは。そしたら先生も上がっていきますか。もうオーラスですからすぐ入れますよ。ピンのワンツー、何でもありで。
いえ、遠慮します。さとこちゃんとは偶然お会いしたんで、ちょっとお送りしてあげただけです。すぐに失礼します。
そんな、ちょっとぐらいやっててくださいな。先生、お金持ちじゃないですか。
I didn't even understand what her uncle and Coach were talking about. But I knew one thing for sure. None of what he just said had been to thank Satoko in any way.
さとこ、とっととカキも持ってこんかい。ビールも冷めてもうた。冷蔵庫から冷えてるの出してくれな。
てっちゃん、娘に厳しすぎや。もうちょい言いたわらんとかいそうやで。
あんな娘にゃこのくらいでちょうどいいよ。
This is how I have to abuse her. You don't understand.
兄貴んちにいた頃からそうでよ。甘やかすと親の言うことをなんも聞かんやっちゃよ。たく。
それよか、てっちゃんの妻だぜよ。
椿さんリーチしよったで。
おお、悪い悪い。なんね、椿、あんたまたリーチかいな。
Looked like it wasn't just her uncle. Some of his friends were over. Hey, wait. What was he... No, what were they doing? Flinging rude words left and right, making Satoko go shopping for your beer. What were they doing?
町からおじさまのお友達が来てて、宴会やってますの。お友達のお夕食もご用意するように言われてますのよ。
なんだよ、それ。
Mahjong? He called his friends over for Mahjong? They were too busy playing, so they sent Satoko to buy them a crap load of booze from a faraway store. And the first thing he said to her was how she left the gas on? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
何やってんだよ、あいつ。麻雀って、そんなのに遊びほうけて、さとこにこんなのを買いに行かせるのかよ。
Even though Coach was listening, he pretended he wasn't. There was a line of heavy-looking shopping bags lined up on the ground next to the trunk.
さあ、前原さんも手伝ってあげてください。ほら、男の子なんですから、こっちの重い袋を持ちましょう。
Toxic masculinity yet again. I can't believe this. posted a picture on the Discord of the two very embarrassing and revealing things Mochi made me purchase. It better not be a dildo or something. I swear to God. Let's see. What was that Ooh, is that a PSP? Ooh. No, that's a PS Vita. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oya enjoy. I don't know what an Oya is. Oh, Fuki. We have a Discord, by the way. I don't know if I've ever pointed that out. But if you're interested in joining, well, there's the link.
Kantoku! こんなのまかり通っていいんですか?
Oh, sweet, yeah.
こんなの絶対に
Coach pretended he hadn't heard that violent outburst either. When I thought about it later, his reaction might have been the best thing he could do in that situation.
私も2つ持ちますから。ほら。前原さんも持つのを手伝ってあげてください。
Bags were packed to the brim with bottles of sake and bar snacks. They were so heavy. And so filthy. So unfair. They weren't just heavy in terms of weight. It made me feel mortified. Nothing could have been heavier than that. I didn't make you buy you, man. Alright.
ケイチさん、大丈夫ですのよ。自分で持ちますわ。
Satoko mistook my biting back the humiliation as grimacing under the weight and offered to help.
バカ。俺を舐めるな。
Okay, fine, Mochi. Decide my fate again. No! Because you're gonna be like, oh, I had to buy this. It's Mochi's fault. No. I'm not taking responsibility for that. No. Satoko had never looked down on my physical strength in the slightest.
監督もすみませんわね。重いでしょ?
No, not at all, answered Coach, smiling vaguely. Coolly. But I alone knew. Coach was an adult, so he just knew how to keep his feelings from showing. On the 7 motion. No, because if I pick, you're gonna be like, oh, it was embarrassing, and then you're gonna blame it on me again. No, I refuse. There was even more anger than I was feeling, burning deep in his eyes.
いや。重いですね。
Good, ask chat. Then you can't blame me. Shit. Wasn't very far to the doorstep of Satoko's house, but the bag squeezed my palms and started leaving red marks. Fury welled up in me, and the back of my throat stung. I'll get option 5 tomorrow. But even if that all came gushing out, it wouldn't solve anything. So, just tightly gritting my teeth was as much as I could do.
本当にありがとうございますですわ。監督も圭一さんも。 おかげで本当に助かりましたでございます。
After we carried them to the back door, Satoko said that was enough. Occasionally, we'd hear the repulsive laughing of her uncle and her friends from within, and my insides would seethe. I knew they weren't ridiculing us, and that was why it made me so mad. It makes Satoko shop for all this heavy, selfish stuff, then ignored her and laughed amongst themselves as they pleased. It was deeply aggravating. Of course, Coach had to have felt the same way. But if he accidentally let his feelings slip onto his face, he'd only cause Satoko more worry. He knew all that, and spoke coolly as if to say he didn't care.
いいえ。ささやかでもお力になれたなら幸いです。お手伝いできそうなことがあったらいつでも言ってくださいね。
ええ。お気持ちだけでも本当に嬉しいですわ。
That he feels the same way. Those words were sad. Satoko herself was sad and resigned that we could only help her so much. But she was right. No matter how much Coach or I want to help Satoko, this was as much as we could do. I felt absolutely ashamed at not having the power to help her any more than this. Burning, boiling emotions were bubbling it up within me and rising into my throat. Trembling all over, I almost started to cry from my fury.
俺も力になれることがあったらいつでも力を貸すから。頑張れよな。
I wanted to at least give her those trite words, saying that I'd help whenever she wanted.
ええ。ありがとうございますわ。わざわざこうしてここまで来てくださっただけでも嬉しかったですわ。
Satoko seemed to have guessed what I was doing in a place like this, when my house was in the opposite direction from school.
さあ、もう行った方がよろしいですわ。今は酔っ払ってますから、どんな難癖をつけられるかわかりませんわよ。
She felt guilty getting us involved after we'd helped her, because she wanted to be the only one to suffer this misfortune. That's how it looked, and it hurt. I handed my supermarket bag over to Satoko, and then I noticed on the back of Satoko's hand was something that looked like a bruise.
おい、サトコ、お前まだ熱が。
I knew as much as anyone else how transparent that sounded. I didn't need to hear it from Satoko to know how this bruise came to be.
今年の夏風邪はなかなかしつこいようですわね。気になさらないでくださいませ。
嘘だろ。
Coach nudged me in the back. And then he put his index finger to his mouth to chide me for being so loud.
本当にありがとうございましたですわ。では明日、学校でお会いできるといいですわね。
そんな話してないだろ。その手のあざはどうしたって聞いてるんだよ。
The evening glow finally got to a point where I could see the other concealed oval-shaped bruises and traces of swelling on her neck and her legs, and other places too.
階段から落ちたんですのよ。
Very moment, my violent, rampaging emotions were about to burst their way out of my throat, found my mouth being tightly clamped down on. Coach was pressing down on my mouth from behind, wrapping me tightly with his hands. Because of that, I couldn't say anything. I could only groan. Which I did. It was all I could do. I needed to expel all that magma sitting deep within me. Because otherwise I'd surely explode into a million pieces that very moment. So I groaned. I groaned. And my mouth, and my whole body. While heat fell in drops from my eyes. I groaned and groaned. I groaned to the point of exhaustion. He sounds constipated. I wrung absolutely everything out of myself. Even having lost my voice, I was still wringing it all out.
気持ちはわかります。わかりますから、前原さん。今だけこらえてください。お願いですから、前原さん。
Dirt for now? And then what, huh? What would happen to her? To Satoko? Her body and mind were wounded, and she was being made to suffer like this. Can you not even let me howl in vain at it? Is that it, Coach? Are we this powerless? So powerless that we can't even fucking scream from the bottom of our hearts? The voices of the Higurashi made me calm down. I didn't know how long it had been. Satoko abruptly gave a slight bow.
ありがとうございますですわ、ケイチさん。
さとこ。
今、ケイチさんが本当のニーニーみたいに見えました。私の本当のニーニーはいなくなってしまったけど、私にはケイチさんというニーニーがいてくれる。
そうだ。俺がお前のニーニーだ。お前が辛い時絶対に助けてやるから。ニーニーがサトコをきっと助けてやるからな。
Satoshi Hojo, you fucking idiot. If not now, then when? Satoko, she's never been in more pain in her life. If her Nini doesn't save her now, then when will he? Why did you run away? Why did you abandon her? Why did you leave Satoko behind? Also, welcome back, Ark. That was a brownie. Oh, thanks. You don't have any right to call yourself Satoko's Nini.
俺は逃げないからな。
え？
絶対に逃げない。 サトシみたいに、お前を見捨てて逃げたりしない。絶対に、俺はお前を見捨てない。
Slip. Tears trickled down from Satoko's eyes. And then she narrowed her eyes into a smile.
さよなら。ニーニー。
Satoko took her right hand and awkwardly waved to me.
大丈夫ですわ。今のニーニーので、私、いっぱい力をもらいましたから。大丈夫。明日まで頑張れますから。大丈夫。だから、ね。今日はさよならでございますわよ。
Yeah, she's dying. There ain't no way. Damn it, I shouldn't have made that cake at 3 a.m. because now I want brownies and I'm out of cocoa powder. Oh no! Did Ark see the embarrassing and revealing stuff Mochi picked up for me to butt? Whatever, Golden. Whatever, bro. I swear. There was no way that I could say, bye, see you tomorrow. And then, from inside the house, came a throaty, disgusting voice.
さとこ、はよ、乾きも持ってこんかい。
さあ、ニーニー。早く行ってくださいませ。もう、私は大丈夫ですから。
Hey, I was gonna buy it anyway. You just made me pick it first instead of the other 7 options.
早く。
行きましょう、前原さん。これ以上は、かえって聡子ちゃんに迷惑をかけます。
Ark, you're streaming today, right?
監督。ニーニーのお家は、ちょっと遠いんですの。申し訳ございませんが、送ってあげていただけます？
ええ。わかりました。
I plan to, but I'm feeling sleepy. Oh, okay, good. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. Don't force yourself if you're tired. I was asking because I was thinking of who I was gonna raid after stream today. Coach grabbed me by my collar and with strength I couldn't have imagined him having, started dragging me away. Resident Evil will wake me up though if I do. Guys, I got a happy... Whoa! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Happy Meal, nice. Man, I kind of want a Happy Meal now. But if you're feeling tired, Ark, don't force yourself to stream. It's always healthy to give yourself a little break. You did stream quite a long while yesterday, so yeah, definitely don't force yourself. And I, unable to oppose him, started getting farther.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
Wow! Started getting farther away from Satoko. I got me Pokemon's cards. Let's go. She waved her hand to us, expression still dark, and disappeared through the back door. Coach got into the car first, then turned around on the narrow path and brought the passenger side door around for me.
前原さんの気持ちは痛いくらいにわかります。
I wonder if Ark added the giggity to the roar options.
いえ、前原さん以上にわかるつもりです。でも、今この場だけはこらえてください。あなたの心は確かに伝わりましたから。だから、こらえてください。でないと。
もう、わかってます。すみません。さっきはありがとうございました。
Of course, we know Fuki's favorite roar is the roar. I have a much more cursed one in the works. you should get an MP3 of me doing one of my roars, and then have that as a roar. I meekly got into the passenger seat. The car accelerated quietly, and Satoko's house grew farther and farther away in the rearview mirror. We made a wide turn, and then I couldn't see her house anymore.
え？あなたのお家、そんな遠くなんですか？
Oh, is Daddy calling? Oh, God dang it.
学校の反対側じゃないですか。
I didn't bother to reply. I'd have been hard-pressed to give him an answer as to why I was at Satoko's house. Coach didn't say anything more either. For a while, the two of us were silent. The only sounds from the gravel spraying over the road as we drove. I remembered how Reina said things were different than last year. At the time, she had Satoshi with her. Satoshi protected Satoko, so that less of the sparks fell onto her.
でも今は、サトシはいない。
はい。残酷ですが、それが事実です。
Daddy, sorry, Daddy, sorry, Daddy, sorry. God dang it. One day I'ma squash the daddy trend. I will put an end to it. Coach seemed to understand what I really meant when I said that.
悲しく、あまりに残酷な話ですが、私たちの決意や努力、尽力には限界があります。
It sounded like an excuse, but he was right. Even if Coach and I wanted to be people Satoko could depend on.
Excuse me, Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Daddy? Sorry. I'm sorry.
You will have to tear it from my cold dead hands. It ended at the front door. No matter how much I shouted that I would be her Nini, no matter how much I shouted that I wouldn't abandon her, no matter how much Satoko called me Nini, I couldn't do any more than that.
サトシは一体どこに行っちまったんですか？
Right. Satoshi was another story. Her actual brother, Satoshi, he was in a position to protect her far, far better than we ever could. That was the cold, sad truth of the massive gulf between
Excuse me?
Satoshi and
Excuse
us.
me?
What?
Excuse me? Mommy? Sorry.
God.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
今頃、どこでどうしているんでしょう。
Satoshi left home. I didn't know why. Maybe it was because of Oyashiro-sama's curse, or he disappeared, or something. In any case, He wasn't beside Satoko now. At the time, Satoko needed him to protect her most. He wasn't here.
どうして今ここにいないんですか？一番守ってやらなければならないこの時に。
You merely adopted being daddy. I was born in it, molded by it. Well, that would depend on if you're older than me or not. Which I doubt, because I am 23. I am the oldest man alive.
お社様のたたりがどうとかいろいろ言われてますが。
What are you doing, step bro?
God dang it!
家出したとしか言えません。
ある日を境に帰ってこないって仲間が言ってました。妹の聡子に書き置き一つ残さずに家出を。
サトシ君はコツコツとアルバイトをしてたんです。聡子ちゃんが当時とても大きなぬいぐるみを欲しがってましてね。結構いい値段らしくて、そのためにアルバイトをいろいろとしていたらしいんです。
Is this just the make this stream inappropriate speedrun?
妹思いの兄でしたからね。
Oh my god. That's what I'm saying, bro.
おじ夫婦のもとで不憫な生活を強いられている妹に少しでも立派な誕生日プレゼントを贈ろうとしているんじゃないかって、
Yes,
みんな囁き合っていました。
Higurashi, look at this poor abused child's home life chat. Daddy, Pornhub time! Cue the sexual dream speedrun music. But chat, was that in fact the point of the mask? In the end, he didn't use his savings for a birthday present for Satoko.
サトシ君がいなくなり、警察がいろいろと調べたら、
Actually, did I take my normal pill today? Did I? I don't know. I like how I'm literally calling my I'm literally calling my Prozac my normal pill. Oh lord.
サトシ君の貯金が当日すべて本人によって下ろされていることが分かりました。
Oh shit, I didn't take my meds this morning. Oh god, no. We all forgot to take our normal pills. Thank you for reminding me. Everyone did.
方々をいろいろと調べた結果、その貯金を資金に東京の方に行ったんではないかということになりました。
Yes, believe it or not, Golden, not all of us are born perfect. Believe it or not. In all seriousness, take the medication you need. Yeah. Yeah.
東京？何しに？
Hey, I need glasses.
家出としか言いようがないじゃないですか。
Wait, Golden wears glasses confirmed? We're slowly unraveling the mysteries of Golden. I had laser eye surgery because my eyes were so bad. Oh god. Don't listen to Dream, don't throw out your normal pills. Exactly.
自分が逃げ出すための資金を コツコツと貯めて。そこまでは勝手ですよ。でも、里子を置いてくことはないじゃないですか。同じ家出するなら、里子も連れて行くべきだった。
Even now, Coach was still calm. He wasn't trying to pour any oil on the fire of my anger at all. He just waited until my anger naturally subsided. After listening to gravel being crushed under the wheels for a little while, Coach spoke abruptly.
察してください。
モンスターカード
Jesus Christ, that scared the hell out of me.
置いていかれた里子ちゃんも同じ考えに至ったんです。
I'm a burden on my brother, and that's why he abandoned me. He didn't take her with him when he left. Terrible. Must Satoko have felt being betrayed by the brothers she loved so much.
でも里子ちゃんはとても強い人でした。もちろん親しい友人たちの支えもあってのことでしたが、ああして笑顔を取り戻すことができました。
I recalled how Satoko had spoken of Satoshi so brightly when I was eating dinner with her and Rika-chan a few days ago. At the time, I didn't think any more of it than how pleasant their sibling love had been. But now that I did think about it, I realized it was like she was peering into the distance from atop a pile of tragic perseverance.
サトシ君はきっと帰ってくる。その時までにお荷物じゃなくなった自分を見てほしいって。
サトコはお荷物なんかじゃないですよ。
My
あいつ
turn, Yugi boy.
俺なんかよ
I
り
knew
よっ
you
ぽど
would,
生活
Yugi
力はあるし、
boy. Yugi boy,
大抵
Yugi
のことは
boy.
何だってで
Whatever
き
you
る。
say, Yugi boy. Yugi boy, Yugi boy.
Good lord, man.
そりゃレナやリカちゃんなんかと比べれば劣る点はたくさんあるかもしれないけど、そこいらのやつよりよっぽど一人前ですよ。
サトシ君がいつ帰ってきてもいいように、そういう風になれるよう努力した結果です。涙ぐましい努力があったんですよ。
Well, she lived with Rika-chan. Well, Rika-chan taught her how to handle everything flawlessly. Also that she could welcome back Satoshi at any time. So that she could show him she wasn't ashamed.
で、そのサトシはいつ帰ってくるんですか？
I asked Coach, but knew he wouldn't be able to answer. In any case, Satoshi ran away. He left Satoko and ran away from Hinamizawa. Someone said that when you leave Hinamizawa and run away, Oyashiro's curse gets you, right? Then, that made sense. Satoshi running away and his disappearance, that obviously mean people thought it was the curse, right? And they could smile, as though it were his own fault, as though he got what he deserved. Hey, Oyashiro-sama, whoever you are. Satoshi didn't vanish because he ran away. You demoned him away with your curse, didn't you? If that's not what happened, then I won't forgive you.
サトシはいつ頃逃げ出したんですか？
God dang it, Golden. Golden's just got like a list of sounds that he's like, which one shall I play next?
去年の綿流しのお祭りの夜、おばが異常者に殺されて、
No.
その数日後のさとこちゃんの誕生日にです。
さとこの誕生日に？
Bang! I slammed my hands on the dashboard in front of me with all my might. What if the airbag just like boom, came and got him? Satoshi. Of all the days, he could have chosen to run away. Your aunt just died a few days before, didn't she? All your days of suffering were about to end, weren't they? You were just about to start thinking about a new life, weren't you? It's wrong to be happy about someone dying, but for Satoko and her brother, her birthday had come at a critical turning point. Their mean uncle had fled town, and the siblings would be left alone. They should have been able to be happy about that. I'm gonna head out. I've got to get ready for my date. Ooh, date. Ooh. But have a good rest of your day, Mochi. Thank you so much, Spooky. I hope your date goes well. Ooh. On Satoko's birthday. Satoko was probably waiting for her brother to return the whole time. Waiting for her brother to return when he never did. Waiting with bated breath for her brother to return. Her hopes and dreams of a new life to come growing ever larger. But no matter how long she waited, he didn't come back. Didn't even contact her. Satoko, trembling in anticipation of a great present, just when would she have to face the cold, terrible truth? Satoshi, you fucking idiot. I could feel my blood rising to my head, and my anger at Satoshi. I was frustrated. But nothing too spicy. She's taking me to get boba. Ooh! Ah! I was aggravated. I couldn't forgive him. Satoko still respected and adored her brother. Anywho, bye guys! Bye, Fuki! Have a good one. Hope your day goes well. I hope you two get lots of boba. Satoko so respected and adored her brother, and yet he so heartlessly betrayed her. Such a person wouldn't just come back. Now when he was most needed. Yes, no one would protect her. It kinda scares me. Why does Boba scare you? Not even her real brother, Satoshi. What if I drink it and choke? Truly a terrifying drink. Dude, the balls are not that big. God damn it. You know what I mean. Like, they're not that big. You're not gonna choke on them.
だから、あなたがニーニーだと認めてもらえて嬉しかったです。
え？
私もさとこちゃんの幸せを祈る一人ですが、社会的立場があり、日中は仕事をしている身です。
God damn you, Golden.
私がさとこちゃんのために割いてあげられる時間は少ない。
Just because you don't choke on balls doesn't mean I wouldn't. You fuckers! You motherfucker! I will rain hellfire down on you! Don't test me!
でもあなたは違います。学校で生活を共にし、さとこちゃんやさとしくんとも年はほとんど離れていない。 あなたは自分ができることに限りがあると思っていますが。
Clipped again.
それでも私よりはずっと聡子ちゃんに手を差し伸べられる場所にいるのです。だから私の分まで聡子ちゃんの力になってあげてほしい。そう願っています。
そんなことは監督だって。
もちろん年季のある私だからこそできる助けだっていろいろあると思います。同じようにあなたにしかできない助けだってあるということです。
Was this feeling like a Nevi stream now? So many innuendos. God.
私たちは互いにそれを全うすべきだと申し上げたいのです。
Listen, we get Mion, Reina, Rika, and Eerie because he's an adult, and Keiichi, and we just jump the guy. There you go. Problem solved. Is that a little too complicated? Coach added that, but I shook my head in response. When I heard him say he had job skills, it reminded me that he was an adult, in a different position from all of us. Maybe I should ask him about it.
あ、監督は法律とか詳しいですか？
いえ、平均的に疎いですが、何か
If we're jumping in my call, whatever's in his pockets. I thought back to when I argued with Mion and the others about Satoko. Innuendo more like in your end. Oh, ayo. I got him. Mochi can have anything outside of the pockets, watches, necklaces, rings, etc. Ooh, look at me, a nice watch. That sounds good. Our children's arguments had only left us with the conclusion that we had to wait and see. But what would an adult think?
児童福祉法でしたっけ？児童の安全を確保するために緊急措置として親子を分離させるという方法があるそうです。
緊急措置？じゃあすぐに聡子を叔父の元から救い出せるということじゃないですか。
聡子ちゃんがそれを望まないかもしれません。
聡子が望まない？どうして？
Coach didn't answer me. I didn't know why he didn't. It was clear as day that Satoko's uncle was being violent and treating her like a slave. So then why? I clamped down on my frenzied emotions and waited intently for Coach to answer. But he never did. It was like he was pretending he hadn't heard me. If I had to say, it was more like he wanted to explain, but couldn't put it into the right words.
聡子ちゃんは多分そういう仕打ちに耐えるのを試練だと考えているかもしれません。
試練？変な宗教じゃあるまいし。
ご存知と思いますが、サトシ君は聡子ちゃんをずっとかばってきました。聡子ちゃんもずっとサトシ君に頼ってきました。甘えてきたと言うべきかもしれません。
I'd known for a while that Satoshi had always protected Satoko from their aunt and uncle. But King was too horny to debunk. But that was his duty as an older brother, not something to worry about.
それがトラウマになったかもしれないんですよ。自分が兄にもたれかかりすぎたから、兄が自分を嫌ってしまったんではないかってね。
And for Satoko, the current situation was a retelling of the story of a little over a year ago. But this time, Satoshi wasn't here.
だから誰にも頼らずに自分の力だけで試練を乗り越えたい。そういう力を身につけなければサトシ君は帰ってこない。そういう考えになっていると私は考えます。
Now that he mentioned it, Satoko had never said a word about how hard it had been before. I figured she was being threatened not to talk about it, but...
みんなと相談して児童相談所とかに通報すべきかなんて話をしてました。
聞いてますよね。昨年も福祉士さんが聡子ちゃんのところに行ってるのは。
はい。結局様子見で余計にいじめられたって話も。
あれ、聡子ちゃんが自分で通報したらしいんです。で、その結果、余計いじめが水面下へ移行してエスカレートした。聡子ちゃんに降りかかるいじめも増え、それをかばうサトシ君の負担も著しく増えた。
ひょっとして聡子、それ通報した自分の責任だなんて思ってるんじゃ。
Coach nodded quietly.
多分聡子ちゃんに通報の話をするととても嫌がるか、その必要はないと強がりを言うと思います。聡子ちゃんに内緒で通報したとしても、福祉士に対して自分は虐待を受けていないと言い張るでしょうね。
Satoko always acts tough and doesn't readily admit defeat, so I could imagine that easily.
一応児童相談所には裁判所の許可も当事者の許可も一切不要で緊急措置ができる強い権限があるんだそうです。虐待が公然の事実なら聡子ちゃんが否定しても身柄は強制的に保護されるでしょう。それは聡子ちゃんにとっては負けを意味するものなのかもしれませんが。
勝ち負けの問題じゃないですよ。聡子は現実に。
話を折りますが、身柄が保護されると所定の施設に送致されます。そうするとですね、そこで暮らすことになるので、つまり引っ越しということになります。ですから学区変更で転校にもなります。
転校は仕方ないです。それであいつが保護されるなら。
聡子ちゃんはその辺の事情も知っています。だからますます保護を望みません。
どうして？
あの家でサトシ君の帰りを待つのが聡子ちゃんの生きる理由でもあります。兄に捨てられた少女が何に生きる理由を見出したか、あなたのでなく聡子ちゃんの価値観で考えてあげてください。
I felt like he was trying to confuse me with that hard-to-understand roundabout way of talking so unique to adults. The point was that I couldn't do anything about Satoko wanting to stay in that house. And that I should watch until she gives in. In the end, no matter what I said, Coach himself was saying to wait and see.
俺はわかりませんよ。
はい。
俺は、本当に聡子が危ないと感じたら、誰の意志も聞かずに行動します。その結果、聡子は不快な思いをして、俺を恨むことがあるかもしれないけど、最終的にはそれが、聡子の幸せにつながると信じます。
Coach turned to me and gazed fixedly into my eyes, and at that point, a huge SUV had been heading towards them, and they both miserably died on the road because he didn't keep his eyes on the road. Keep your eyes on the road, people! It was written all over his face. He was shocked at what such a young kid had said.
どうしてあなたはそこまで。
Coach, no, rather, normal adults might not have understood. So I taught him the creed and the values that I believed in. Keep your eyes on the road, okay?
聡子は俺の仲間だから。そして俺は、聡子のニーニーだから。では、理由は足りませんか？
He gets up from my bed and goes to look out the road out of the front window. Oh my lord. I stared at him with a will strong and unbreakable as steel as his eyes betrayed a tiny bit of unrest.
いえ、足りないなんてことはありません。
We were silent for a little while until finally, Coach said only that.
誓ったじゃないですか、俺たち。
すみません。
聡子を絶対に泣かせないって。
We made a vow on that day of the barbecue party. I didn't think about it hard at all, but Coach and I still made a promise that we would never let Satoko cry. Coach gave a dry grin of regret, immediately apologizing for not remembering. One way or another, when he grinned like that, it made me think that his enthusiasm for saving Satoko was a tiny bit smaller than mine. He lightly hit the brakes, making a skidding noise, and my whole body suddenly fell forward.
ひょっとして、前原さんのお家って、あれですか？ああ、前原屋敷が前原さんのお家だったんですね。
I fell asleep holding my tablet and it fell on my face. Oh my gosh, Ark. You need to get some sleep, buddy. Preferably not while holding your tablet over your face. Oh my lord. Before I knew it, we were almost to my house. God dang, dude. That's rough. That's impressive. Case file 31. Any new tips? Well, this is the only tip we have this time. December 1st, 1981. Prefecture Juvenile Welfare Division report. Do not view, do not duplicate. Case 31, November 20th. Satoko Hojo, blank years old. Residence, Hinamizawa Village, Shishibone. Consultation circumstances. Anonymous telephone SOS of child abuse. Abuse situation. Anonymous claims that a female child is suffering of physical abuse by adopted parents or guardians. Family structure, Mark's abuser. Adoptive father, adoptive mother, older brother, child in question. In June 1980, the child's parents died in an accident, and she was given to her uncle on her father's side, her father's younger brother. Child Consultation Center's response. On the day of the anonymous telephone consultation, the center called the child's school and asked her of her situation. The next day, the welfare officer on duty visited the child's home and heard what they had to say. Both adoptive parents agreed to the center's coaching. Contacted anti-abuse network in the city. As part of this suggested coaching, a district welfare officer in the area began visiting for coaching at fixed intervals. The scrawled note below is stapled to the report. Related information from former officer Mr. W. Former official, sorry. Refer to 1977 document D23 number 44. Ask Chief Investigator F from the city's education consultation offices. He is well informed about it. Interesting. Well, guys, it is getting pretty late, so I think that is a good time to call it. Again, I'm sorry that I was gone for a while and took a big break. I was just kind of burnt out. It's the only real explanation I have, to be honest with you. Thank you for the hydrate, soldier. Are we dabbing now? My model can't dab, but I'll dab in spirit. Dab. There we go. It happens. Yeah. I wish it didn't, but it does happen. Let's see. Who should we raid? Oh, Minori. Okay, we're raiding Minori. Let me raid Minori Ursay? I think that's how you spell it. Yeah! And this is our raid message. This is the greatest raid of all time. Alright, guys, and please show Minori lots of love. Give her a follow, give her a sub, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow, but do not quote me on it, but hopefully I will be able to see you all tomorrow, and I'll be able to see all your lovely faces, and we'll be able to chat, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!
Knowing what I'm craving. A good day. Oh my god!